Yes, 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 yes. How's everybody doing out there? You already know who this is. This is Mr. Yee Yee. And sorry for the delay, but you know what I mean? We had to get a couple things right, but we're here now. And as you guys see, we have none other than William Jones right here. The owner, top rank fortress, and let him know who you are, William. Let's go. They've been
Yep.
waiting.
Rank Fortress owner. We also run, Digital Impact Conference, as well as some other things over here at Rank Fortress here in the Philippines. So got 70 something staff, and we do training, mentorship, as well as the Digital Impact. We already ran a couple of conferences. We have another one coming up in December in Cebu. So that'll be the next one. So yeah, working on that one. It'll be coming up pretty soon too.
And you guys have seen William, and William is a high presence right now in junk removal and helping you out with SEO and VA assistance, website situations, and getting a tweak on your GMB and giving you that little tweak that you need to, what I mean, make more money. And that's what it's all about. And talk about it, William.
Yeah, I mean the main thing that you need to do, like SEO, is only good for the bottom line is making money and getting. If you're not getting phone calls or lead forms, and especially a lot of times, a lot of people look worry about forms. I don't care about that so much, but if you're not making more money, then obviously something's wrong. A lot of times people look at, should I do junk removal in this city? There are tools you can look at um, that we use. For one, Google Trends, also Google Search Console, or Google Analytics, Google Keyword Tool. You can look at Google Keyword Tool or Keyword Finder and be like, should I even come into this city? Is it a good idea? It might not be a good idea. A lot of times people will start something in a niche, and then after the fact they find out, there's not that many actually, people. It's not that much. So I probably shouldn't do it. And then you get other places like Los Angeles or whatever is like crawling with everybody, crawling, and it's highly, highly competitive. Um, then other areas is kind of like the honey hole. It's like in between. It's not too busy, but not too, if you will, it's laid back. You don't want to get something so laid back that it's really ain't got no customers, because you can get ranked for stuff. A lot of times people assume just because they're ranked in the top 3 of Google Maps, their phone's going to be blowing off the hook, and that's just not the case.
Yeah.
There are times you can get someone in the top 3 and they're like, my phone's not ringing. Well, SEO has nothing to do with getting your phone ringing. Really, I'm there just to get you in the top so you can have that potential. If you're in a bad neighborhood, or if you're in a bad area or bad city, and you didn't do any due diligence before you actually opened up the business in the area to begin with, then your phone's not going to be ringing. Then you're not going to be happy. So we're going to look at, we look at things like that very specifically, and instead of just going like, and then a lot of times people will be like, just because you're in junk removal, there are other niches you can get in, like hoarder clean outs. Those are big money makers with a lot of people. I used to do something that we ranked for people before. This is about 3 years ago, for it would, if you will, suicide cleanups.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
people are like, that's really, really tough. It's like if crime scene cleanups and stuff like that. They pay about $6,000 to $7,000 per cleanup. But most you
hmm
have, it's a weird niche. It's one of those things you ain't going to get a lot of, if you will. Um,
So,
you know,
William, let's
yeah.
start from the beginning. What's the difference between organic SEO and somebody having an expert help them with their SEO?
So I mean, organic SEO per se. I mean, organic SEO is the rankings inside of Google. So you got, most people think there's only like organic SEO or organic rankings, and then there's Google Maps. But reality is, if you look at the Google search engine, there's actually multiple algorithms. Each one of them have their own algorithm. A lot of people just focus on organic. But for instance, if I was to type in, and I could bring it up, but if I was to type in junk removal, you actually have Google Maps, you have Google Organic, you have Google Pay Per Click, you have Google LSA ads. That's four already. Then you got Google Images. That's five. Then you got Google Video. You got Google Video. Then you got Short Video. Then you got shopping. Then you got forums. Then you got press, and you got images and all that stuff. And most people, it's like, then we're not even talking about Chat GPT. And if you were the AI overviews, most people focus on like, I want to get rankings in the maps. I get leads from Chat GPT. Okay.
Yeah.
I get leads from images. Like, the thing is, if I go to Google your brand name, and I know you mentioned this in a video the other day when you went live, but so for example, if I mention your brand name, like this guy right here, Sig, See It Gone, or No Limit, and I go to page one of Google, and you do not dominate page one, I mean like every slot on page one, I ain't talking about like one or two slots, I'm talking about like all 10 slots. If you don't rank there, you have no brand. If I don't look you up and I don't see you in Google Shorts, Google Long Form, Google Prep, all of it, you don't have a brand, and that's the one thing you need to develop and look at is like, how can I develop a brand? And it's like, well, I had someone earlier say, well, Google, was it? A brand is not content. That's exactly what a brand is. How much content are you posting? Are you posting on social media? How often are you posting?
Yeah.
Are you involved in responding to people? Are you answering people? Forum is like, for instance, if you will, Facebook groups. That's a forum.
Yeah, I
Reddit is
think
a forum.
I think that's that goes with, it's so important to building your authority everywhere. And
Bingo.
a lot of people, don't really know how to do that. And I think that that is so important to help out with the Google and the AI and the Chat GBT, because when you're putting yourself everywhere, it's like feeding
Hmm.
Chat GBT, because Chat GBT is just answering your question.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like I was posting earlier today. Someone else that said, what we do as far as SEO, Google wants to know who you are, what you do, where you do it at, what services you offer, etc. And most people don't even know you exist because you don't even talk about your business. And people all the time is like, well, I get enough business from referrals. Well, guess what? When those referrals dry up, and then you are not known because you're not talking about your business. No one's heard you on the podcast. No one's heard you on a Google, if you will, short form content, long form content, no press releases. Google definitely don't know who you are, and that's the only way to develop a brand. If you've ever looked at, because you were asking me earlier, for instance, how do you get blog ideas? If you've ever went to Google, and how many of y'all seen the people also ask section? I could type in junk removal near me, any of those things, right? And there is a section it's called People Also Ask. There's also another section called People Also Search. And what we do, so for example, North Bay,
What's up,
um,
North? We got a bunch of people who are logged in right now. We got Cisco, we got North Bay, we got Harry, we got some people who are logged in, and they're feeling the what I mean, they decided to come on over and jump on the ship, and what I mean, you're definitely gonna benefit from this. I'm trying to tell you guys.
so if you could, I'm trying to share a screen and I'll show you what I mean.
Yeah, I can post it up, I think. You
Yeah.
ready? There we go.
So you can look up, let's say, junk removal or any term whatsoever, and you'll have this section called People Also Ask. And people, like, how do you get blogging ideas? Well, this right here. And people will say, well, why should I write about, let's say, number one people everybody don't like, 1-800 got junk? Because people are asking these questions. Why should I
Hmm.
ask about how do I give an estimate for junk removal? Because people are asking these questions.
Yeah, and that's what we're here for.
They're telling you what people are asking for in your specific city. In this case, is in Southampton, New York. It's like, what are they asking about? So this is obviously what you should write about. And then after we write about them, we take and write about them. Then we turn that into a YouTube video. Then from a YouTube video, we turn it into an image stack. So whenever someone goes and Googles, if you will, that term or this question, and if I went to images, guess what? My images are going to be up in here. And then
Hello.
if they go and Google, they wind up coming to a podcast, guess what? My stuff's going to be up on the podcast. If I go to short form video, guess what? My stuff's going to be here.
So
You know?
that pretty much is all about, being authority everywhere, having your presence everywhere,
Yeah.
and being in that Google AI chat GBT traffic.
And that's how, I mean, a lot of people, a lot of SEOs, especially the gurus, they're trying to sell you on something, shiny objects. I'll be like, are you doing the new SEO for AI? There is no new SEO for AI. It's a matter of, if you look at Chat GPT, the only thing it's doing is scraping the search engines and the SERPs. If you are not already doing good SEO, then you're not going to be in the Chat GPT and other LLMs. Okay. That's the only reason you're not going to be in it, is because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, because all it's doing is pulling from what you're already doing.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do to get in it without already having done it, if you will. If you're not doing press releases, you're not doing YouTube, you're not doing short form, go Google William Jones SEO, Rank Fortress SEO. It's going to tell you all types of shit, and you're going to see where it's pulling from, and it's pulling from everything on the internet, all the platforms that you're setting up.
And
You
I
know,
think I think that's all about, shopping around. You can shop around like people do junk removal. They ask for quotes, they ask for estimates. Can I just send you a picture? And these
mm,
people and these people send us pictures. But why wouldn't you ask your SEO expert, whoever say he's a guru and
yeah,
this, send you some pictures? Or, or,
mm,
or, or hey, let me see your laboratory. Let me see what's going on with your situation. And if they can't send you that info, there's a red flag already right there.
a big red flag. It's like a lot of people will sit there and be like, it's like y'all in the junk removal business, when you're running a business, you're not going to trust somebody that can't show you your actual legit freaking business. And then yet when we go and hire someone else, we kind of like, if you go to hire an SEO, it's like, oh yeah, I don't need to examine them. I don't need to look them up or nothing. It's like, all you got to do is look them up. Go to their team
Hmm.
page. You're going to find out exactly who someone's hiring, if they're outsourcing, etc. And I tell people all the time, I say, you want to know if they're outsourcing? It's very simple. Go to their About Us page, and then when you're on a phone call with them looking to hire them, ask them to do a walkthrough of their facility, showing you the team that is going to be working on your SEO. Like, I could tell you, for instance, if someone says that they're big time SEO company and they got hundreds of junk removal clients, right? And that on their About Us page, they only showing 10 people. They lying because I know how many people it takes to run SEO campaigns. You ain't gonna have hundreds of clients, and you only got like 10 people. Please, you know.
Yeah.
And then, like on our website, if you go up to Rank Fortress, we do a whole walkthrough and everything, show you guys everything. It's blatantly. It's like, then the difference is when you actually have a team, right? You actually have someone that's like myself, where we have a team. We're doing the coaching and we do mentorship and we're hands on, like even in our with our businesses and stuff. We
Yeah.
put in group chats like, hey, this is my boy, Mr. Yee, this is whoever, and they take care of them, versus you don't never know. It's like, you don't know how many times I was actually doing an audit the other day in one of the junk removal groups, and what happened was I was showing people, like, let's say use SEMrush. I can look on the back end of someone's website, and sometimes there's escort, XXX, porn, and all types of
Yeah.
links that he shouldn't have. And uh, for instance, someone said, well, I guarantee you, that SEO agency, they didn't know that that was there. That's true. The reason why they didn't know that it was there is because you're outsourcing to somewhere and you have no control over your actual SEO and your processes, right? You don't know what type of backlinks you're building. You don't know what type of press releases you're building because business owners, for the most part, when it comes to SEO, just kind of have been like, yes, sir, Mr. SEO, because we didn't, you didn't know any better. You didn't know what to look for and stuff. So my thing is, whenever I do audits, I'm talking to people, is I'm trying to show them, say, hey, this is the things that you should look for whenever you're looking at your SEO to see whether or not they're doing their job. This is the type of red flags you need to be aware of, because I don't care if you work with me or work with someone else. My thing is just don't be taken advantage of.
Absolutely.
Here's how to avoid being taken advantage
And
of.
and William, what about let's talk about one of the topics right now. What
Mm,
about, people saying, but you're from, you're out of country.
uh,
Why would I want somebody out of country when I can trust my United States
uh.
business? So,
Well, I mean, I would tell you, for example, because I've answered that question before. Is like a lot of people will say, like, for instance, I don't buy anything that's not American made. Well, number one, you're fooling yourself, because most things are imported from China and everywhere else. Then they brought inside. Then they're put together in the United States. Then they slap a little trademark on it that says "Made in the USA," when in reality it was made in China or whoever else you go into. Then they bring it in there, right? Is it, people want to bring the jobs in and stuff like that. I understand. Our business is actually registered in the United States. I had someone recently, like, well, how can I trust someone that's abroad just like I can trust a United States employee? Well, number
yeah,
one, you're fooling yourself. You
yeah,
think you have control over that person that you hired that works in the United States. I would understand if you have never seen a crime or you've never seen any fuck ups and everything in the United States. But please, anyone's ever run a business have had people steal from them, have had things happen to them and everything like that, or if you will, the common regular thing that you got to go through when you're dealing with business. Now, just because you outsource doesn't mean that's not going to happen or is going to happen. I would actually tell you that if you're having those issues, it reflects more on you than it does on the worker. It
yeah,
doesn't. It winds up reflecting more on what's your hiring process. Maybe if you keep hiring the same, type of people that keep screwing you over, maybe you keep attracting the wrong type of people. Maybe you have the wrong hiring processes. Maybe you have the wrong training processes. Maybe you are the problem. That's the
yeah.
first step you got to admit. It's like, maybe I'm the motherfucking problem.
Yeah,
You
maybe your systems are not right, and you think your systems are right, but
know, yeah,
obviously they're not right. So, it's just
exactly.
you trust Facebook. Facebook can be hacked. You trust these things. You trust these things. That's
Well, it's
very
like a lot of people just think, for example, like what they get mad when they go like, "Oh my God, Facebook's been watching me all this time." It's like, you've known this. Don't be acting like you some innocent person didn't know this shit. They've been
hmm
watching y'all, and they've been tracking you and everything else. But the one thing I would say is like, all right, I understand. Okay, I'm in the Philippines, but here's the problem. You're under this illusion that most SEO agencies actually do the SEO in house, right? No, most SEO agencies outsource to Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, and the Philippines to begin with. They
yeah,
just telling you that they're doing it in house, but I can guarantee you, if you actually go to their About Us page, if you actually have dig a little bit, you find out, no, they're outsourcing. Now, there ain't nothing wrong with outsourcing, but I would tell you, so for example, even if you're not outsourcing, even if you're in the United States, right? I have a big agency I'm working with right now, and be like, I'm literally calling him, training his, if you will, his SEO team. It's like,
hmm
how many of these other SEO agencies have been doing it even a decade, even 10 years? I've been
Yeah.
doing it almost 30 years. So
Mm-hmm.
the average person, it's like, even in the SEO world, it's like, why would anybody be mad at William? It's like, well, why would people be mad? I live in the Philippines. I have about 30 years. I'm a hands-on. I sit with my team, eat with my team, go resorts and shit with my team, train my team, mentor my team, come up with ideas with them and everything. It's like, it's
Mm-hmm.
not like your typical agency. Your typical agency is more along the lines of, if you will, they say they do SEO, and then the reality is they just do check-ins. They
Yeah.
check in with the team. I even tell people all the time, like, most people that, if you will, they say they sell virtual assistant agencies, they sell virtual assistant services. They're actually more of a VA broker than anything. A broker's like an insurance broker. I don't own any of these companies. However, I have these things available to me, and their only job is to sell it. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing with
Mm-hmm.
SEO agencies.
So
They're mainly really good at selling SEO, but not actually in the doing of it.
the breakdown
Yeah.
of it, and showing you guys everything that goes to run this and do this.
Or
So,
actually have them tell you. So another one, because you mentioned about red flags, is like, have them actually walk you through what they're going to do. Not talk about, hey, I'm going to give you 20 backlinks. Hey, I'm going to do some social media posts, but actually show me the process.
mm-hmm.
Like we do on our phone calls, like, what's our process completely? Was it a technical SEO? Let me show you how to do it. Is it going to be our Google Drive stack? Let me show you how to do it. And most of them can't do it. They can't show you how to do it because they're good at one thing, and that's selling SEO. They're not good at actually implementation and showing you. One of our guys that's actually here is Harry. He owns a big limo chain out in Cali, and he does a lot of it himself.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff. Unlike most business owners, he comes into GMB Pros. My other guy Alfredo out there in Cali as well, and they legitimately run their own stuff. Legitimately know how to do SEO. There's
Yeah.
only a few of us out there on local SEO that can go, let me show you Paulie, let me show Paulie, let me show whoever that I'm talking to, as business owner, let me show you walking through it over my shoulder how to do something. I'll literally tell people a lot of times, like, I'm either going to eat my words or be proven right, because I do it live. I
Mm-hmm.
don't let me get the question beforehand and check it out and see if I can do it. Let me chat
Yeah.
GPT that shit and see if I can actually do it. No, you try to do it on the fly, and most of them you'll find out can't do it. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So on another note,
Yeah.
William, how are you feeling about a lot of people giving you grief on, the Facebook, and people saying this and saying this about you? What do you
Mm.
think about it? Let's go. Let's
I
pop it.
I
Let's
don't
pop
know.
it up.
I don't care. There's a book someone asked me about the other day. I mean, I have a mentor. My mentor, I used to ask him the same sort of thing. Is like, I told him, I asked him, I said, what do you do? MJ, he's my mentor, really good guy. He's like Tony Robbins of the Philippines. And I'd said, what do you do about people that talk about you? And he said, nothing. I came back at him again. And I asked him again another day. I'm trying to get a different answer. Then he,
Mm-hmm.
nothing. And it's like, so what do I say now? And say, what do you do about the, if you will, people that come after you? Is like, I don't do nothing about the parasites, because I look at my life and I go, you know what? I know who I'm married to. I have an amazing wife. I have an amazing life altogether. I look at where I live at. I have an amazing team. I make good money. Of course you're gonna have people that ain't gonna like you. And if anybody is anything in life, and if you start wanting to make an impact, if you want to make an impact on those around you, because that's our biggest goal here in the Philippines as well, is like, we're actually, imagine 70 plus staff and the average house has 5 people in it. We're affecting at least 350 people.
Yes, yes.
So I expect, if you will, I would actually, I would think I'm not doing something right if I didn't ruffle a few feathers. I talked to my boy, who was it the other day. And he said, well, what do you say if someone says, this person doesn't like this or this person doesn't like this? We have an old Southern saying, and it says, if the cat doesn't like the way it's being rubbed, let the cat turn around. So
Absolutely.
that's my thing. It's like I don't really pay attention anymore because of my mentor to what anyone's response is. I'm responsible for myself, and that's about it. And making an impact on those around me. Um, I don't really look at people that don't pay your bill. They
Yeah.
don't call you up. They have nothing against you. They're just people are naturally, if they're especially in their if they're in the same niche as you, like people that are doing junk removal. Of course they're going to be mad at you if you're a junk removal business and you're in their same area. Of course they're going to be mad. Of course, if someone's doing SEO just like you, they're going to be upset. The sheer fact is you're taking business from them. It's like, think of this as tell people, they ask you, will I always have to do SEO to stay in the top 3 pack? And I told them, I said, well, if you're if you're in a, let's say a city that has no competition and not that many people, probably not. But if I'm in a city that's got a lot of competition, right, and a lot of people, every time you climb up into the 3 pack and you push someone else down, they're going to get mad. People
Yeah.
are going to be upset about it. But the thing is, there's also another book. It's called by Robert Greene called The 48 Laws of Power. The 6th law says always court attention, and always court attention is bad if you would think of negative publicity or positive publicity. A lot of people love the positive part, but they don't want the negative part. What they don't remember and don't think about is even negative attention, even let's say someone writes you a bad review. How do you respond to it? Let them write the bad review. You're responsible for yourself. How do you respond to that? Well, for me, when it's a negative review, I go in and respond to it. They Google literally gives you 750 something words to be able to respond to that review and tell everybody why you're the best junk removal expert in that entire city. And then you get to respond to them and tell people, like, listen, I actually am not this person that they're talking about. I actually care about you as a client, actually care about my city and stuff like that. So
So
it's a give and take.
William, what's the difference between AI SEO and
Mm,
traditional Google SEO?
Nothing. There's absolutely nothing different because most people, I'll put it this way, if you ever hear a marketer or an SEO talking about it, they're the typical, if you will, marketer SEO. They're trying to get you caught up in shiny object syndrome where you see this new little gadget over here and you think it's going to be the new thing that saves your business. There was something I heard the other day. It's like, you know what? Success isn't in that, if you will, magic pill or that magic list of to do things. It's in that obvious list that you're avoiding.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
SEO, we're talking about, are you seen everywhere? Is, are you omnipresent? So SEO and, if you will, marketing and creating a brand is, I want to be omnipresent. Meaning, I've literally had, because we post so much on Facebook, we post so much on social media, we post everywhere, um,
Everywhere.
everywhere, like you were saying the other day. And I've had people that don't like me reach out to me on Facebook and message me and say, listen, bro, I don't like you and I will never buy from you, but I see you everywhere and I have to give you respect,
Yeah. Yeah.
and stuff. And that's also why I'm doing my job. Because if you see me everywhere, then obviously I'm doing what I need to do. The same thing with like Facebook ads, Google ads, retargeting, all that stuff. Because in sales, they'll teach you, for example, most people think in sales, I call one person up about junk removal, right? And they're going to buy from me as soon as I talk to them because I'm just this amazing person. Everybody wants to hire Mr. Yee Yee or whoever they talk to. But the reality is, they may have to see my yard sign once. They may have to get a phone call from me another time. They may have to get a mailer from me another time. They may have to see another advertisement of me. They may have to see me in the search engines. They have to see me about 8 different times before they ever involve or invest any money in your services or your company. So that's the job of branding and SEO. Like I said, and if you're doing proper SEO and proper marketing, if you go to Chat GPT and you open up Chat GPT, and I can show you this, we could type in anything you want, and you're
Yeah.
going to see when you go to do the search, what happens is all it's doing is pulling from the SERPs, literally pulling from the SERPs, it's pulling from, if you will, YouTube, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sharing it. You can go ahead and if you
So
want.
so instead of it sending you somewhere, ChatGPT is giving you a breakdown.
It pulls, like if you go, who's William Jones SEO, who's Rank Fortress, right? It's going to go scrape and pull all the information that's all over the entire World Wide Web, every platform you could think of, and then it breaks it down for you. I
Yeah.
could go, tell me about my mentor, MJ Lopez. Tell me about him. You've never known him, right? Tell
I've
me
seen
about,
him. I've seen him on Facebook. I've seen him on your
yeah.
Facebook, but I don't
But,
know him. Yeah, I don't know him.
but you'd go, who's MJ Lopez of the Philippines? And it will break it down and tell you everything he's about.
Some bald
Why?
headed
Because
guy.
he's posted. The man goes live every single day of the year, practically.
Hmm.
And then he's posted online and stuff like that. So obviously, you have a lot of information out there that he can he can pull from. But if you watch the chat as you ask it questions, you'll see the sources it's pulling from.
Yeah.
We also do something with people also ask questions as we pull the AI overviews and a lot of those links when we make blogs and we answer those questions. So Google, one of the reasons why you want to use the people also ask is because you want to be seen in your city and your niche, junk removal. You want to be seen as the authority or the expert. So we write about every question that could possibly be asked. So like when someone talks about, a hamburger, you think of a beef patty, 2 pieces of bread, some condiments, and Google thinks about thousands of variations. And
Yes.
so what we want to do in junk removal or any business for that matter is write about and talk about on our website, on YouTube, on shorts, on every aspect about all the questions someone may have about junk removal. Like,
Hmm.
not just,
I
what is
think
junk
I
removal,
think it's yeah. I think it's probably not just going viral. It's about answering someone's question,
You
and
can go
that's
right. You can go viral and get 100,000 views, and it be the wrong views.
that's why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying that. So,
Yeah.
is somebody who's posting every day on social media, Facebook's, Instagram, TikTok, is that really going to help their SEO, or is that helping them to show off to
Does
the
it does it
competition?
no, it does. Number one, it does help your SEO. There is something because there are SEO gurus that tell you, well, referral traffic does not help my SEO. Well, number one, if you go into Google, Google Analytics tools, you'll see that anyone that doesn't, if I don't know No Limit Hold'em and I don't know your domain name and I can't type it out, everything else is referral traffic. Everything, like if I look up a keyword, if it comes from social media, it comes from a press release, it comes from an ad, whatever, that's all referral traffic. So when I'm posting on social media, here's a good one for you. Let's say you're doing just for example, here's a hack. If you want to know a hack, you do a post on Google My Business, right? An update on Google My Business. What do you do with afterwards? I take that. Maybe I get an email list of clients. Maybe I have a social media account. Some of my clients are there. Maybe I run Facebook ads. I share that GMB post on my social media, on my email list, or run ads to it, or employment ads. And guess what I'm getting? I'm getting localized traffic to my GMB, which then is a behavioral signal that tells Google, hey, this brand, this junk removal brand is very popular in this area because the more clicks and views you get on your GMB posts, the more views you get on the pictures, the more, if you will, reviews you get written, driving directions, all that's behavioral signals. The more traffic you get, number
Mm-hmm.
one ranking factor, I would say, is going to be proximity. Number two is actually, if you will, traffic. Traffic
Exactly.
being
Mm-hmm.
who's visiting your website. Like Xavier had a brilliant idea the other day, and I as soon as I seen it, my mind jumped into it because we already do it. But he said, how many of you post yard signs, for example? I know you probably post yard signs. Everybody posts yard signs. Put a QR code on it, and they'll be like, "Well, I just put a QR code in my website." Dumb idea. Dumb. Dumb. You can make a QR code of your GMB link, of driving directions, of your phone number, of different posts that are on your GMB. And then you get, when someone scans it, the moment they scan it and they're opening it and it goes to the GMB, and I'm in this part of the city or whatever part of the city you're in, you're now sending behavioral signals to your GMB that is going to tell Google that you are popular in that specific city. I would even say you could use this method to go, listen, I'm ranking in, let's say, all of central and south of your area, Salona or wherever, but I'm not ranking in the north and I want to hit the north. So what do? I go do a major, if you will, all hands on deck in the north. I put out flyers, I put out door knockers, I put out yard signs, and it's all going to have that QR code. And then whenever someone scans it and they're in that neighborhood, it's going to start sending Google behavioral signals that you're now becoming popular in that neighborhood. And then guess what
Mm-hmm.
happens? All those little red X's start going ding, 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 and lighting up like a damn Christmas tree or a cabbage patch.
Yeah. And this right here, everybody out there, is why you reach out to an expert. Because there have been so many people on YouTube who've told you to put certain things on your yard signs and it kicked you in the butt.
Yep.
So you know what I mean? It's like you said, that's not a bad idea. It's a great idea, but you better listen to the
Yeah.
right people. And William, how important is it to reach out to an expert for help? Should you put your pride to the side and just say, let me see what it does?
Here's the problem. It's like, I would say yes, look out to an expert, but here's the problem. It's very easy nowadays to sound like an expert. Walk just like before, we used to say back in the good old days, if it walks like a duck, sounds like a duck, it's a duck.
Quack quack.
Nowadays, just because you sound like a duck, look like a duck, walk like a duck, you might not be a damn duck.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of, because with Chat GPT and things like that, knowledge is not power. Knowledge is only potential power. And a lot of times you got people that sound really good with SEO. And, this is just specifically with me with SEO. You'll get a lot of people that will sound really good,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they ain't as good as they sound, especially on YouTube. A lot of
Yeah.
the YouTubers, not just in SEO, but across the board. It's like you'll have people that will go on YouTube and it looks highly edited videos and a lot of blinkety blink images and shit. I'm not interested in that, right? I
Yeah.
can tell you about 2 to 3 people, myself included, that will actually walk you through and show you. Let me show you how to do a GMB optimization. Let me show
Mm-hmm.
you how to optimize a website. Let me show you what's the most important things on Google Maps, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Versus someone that says, "Yeah, I do amazing junk removal SEO, and I got 100 clients or whatever." Well, okay, that's amazing. Show me your process. Well, I don't do that. I don't. I'm an agency owner. Show me your team. Well, I can't do that because they're not all here today or whatever. You can't be doing that. You gotta
I
trust. You gotta learn to trust your gut. Like I even tell my team, I said, all too many people doubt what they think, and the problem is with most business owners, especially blue collar, because you've asked me about this before, is blue collar. I hate to say it, good hard working men, but sometimes you're not the brightest bunch, right? And you just believe because, like me, like I was raised, if your words no good, you no good. And these
Yeah.
other people out here, what happens is, no, they ain't raised that way. They
No.
raised, I'm going to take your damn money and run, because a lot of them, I mean, I've heard them live on interviews. You ask them, for example, what if I've done ranking for done SEO with you for 6 months and I ain't got no damn results? Will you give me a refund? No.
Hmm.
That's enough right there for me to go, hell no, I'm never going to use you.
Hmm.
Never.
Yeah,
You
it goes with saying I've heard this phrase a few times now. It goes with saying don't ever meet your hero,
know?
because when you meet your hero, sometimes your hero is not what he's supposed to
Most
be.
of the people I've ever met are, that you think are like, you get to know your pastor, or you get to know someone you really look up to, then you find out he's human just like you.
Oh boy. Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Oh
would
yeah.
tell you, when it comes to SEO, like I said already, it's like, go look at their About Us page. And then once you talk to them, it's not so much, let me see, because you'll see this. Let me go look at their reviews. No, sorry. Reviews are fake as shit. Anybody that knows anything about their reviews, people can buy reviews, people can have their friends write reviews. Now, video testimonials, much different. Video testimonials of people in the industry actually saying this person's good and they do
Yeah.
great work and they've worked with me, totally different, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
you
I
want
see a lot.
video testimonials.
I see a lot of people in this business for a short time and they already have so many reviews. And it's
Yeah,
like, did you have that many jobs? But you have that many reviews,
yeah,
and it's just like there's just so many people on TikTok now who 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 give good advice. They give good advice.
yeah,
But then I go look at their website or I go look at their GMB and I see like you only have 30 reviews
yeah.
and you're giving advice like this. And it's like, wow. But that's
Yeah, I
why.
mean, that's why a lot of them are. They're really good at talking about their subject, whether it's SEO or junk removal or how to start a junk removal
Oh
business.
my god, I
It's
can't watch
like,
another. I can't
yeah,
watch another video like that. Start a junk removal business. I made $15,000 in one day, or how to make it $2,000 in one day. I, I already know that. You know what I mean?
it's like
Get
I would never do a video saying how to start a junk removal business, because I've never owned one.
yeah,
I can tell you, I've gotten, stuff out of the trash, flipped it with me and my wife, and how to go to auctions. I could tell you all about that, how to hustle. I could tell you how to market it. I
how to
can tell you
start
how to
over.
get leads. I can now tell you start over. I can tell you how to take something from nothing to where we're at now. I can tell you how to coach people, how to do team mentorship, all that stuff I could teach you. But I'm
Yeah,
never going to get up there and say how to start a business, because if you actually study marketing, it's like more money is actually not made in the junk removal space. The most money is made in teaching how to do the junk removal business. So I'm very wary, like I told you. So if you want to understand, it's like if someone shines a spotlight on someone and then someone else snuffs out that spotlight, watch who actually did that, because you need to follow the money.
yeah.
Follow the money and watch out who's doing it, because you'll find out a lot of people are like that. Um, with SEO on YouTube, etc. A lot of it is highly, highly edited. I can tell you, for instance, myself, Chris Palmer, Michael Merlino. That is it. Michael
Mm-hmm.
Merlino down in Sarasota, and me and him used to do the lives together. Chris Palmer, he just got done doing live. This nigga go live for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and he does over the shoulder, just like me. Like, let me show you how to find local backlinks. Let me show you the secrets that everybody's showing when they send you, if you will, that SEO report of all those glorious backlinks and all those glorious keywords that they got you ranked for, with all that amazing traffic, and your phone is dead as shit. Let me show you why your phone is dead as crap. Hey Donna, hey Nelgy, that's all my team. They're
I
getting it.
see him.
Yeah, they're getting
I,
at work now, and then they just start coming in here. All of them.
hmm And
They're
this is,
very
and
supportive.
do you see all this team coming in? This is what you get when you get with William. You get all this help, and break it down to them. We break it down to them about the VA,
Yeah.
about the, what I mean, about the specials you got going on, and how you're here to help. And that's why, Mr. Yee, we are collaborating, and we are here to save you guys so much money when it comes to this SEO and VA services, and put you guys that tweak on it.
Yeah, we me and Mr. Yee started talking at first. Actually, me and you know, and most people don't know this. Like, I got into junk removal only because, and I'll tell them the long story short is I was tired of the white label type stuff, right? And so I went to Xavier, who had been sending me lots of clients and stuff, and I asked him. I said, I'm thinking about getting into another niche. What do you think about junk removal? And he told me, he said, I think it's a great idea because you don't know how many of my friends have messaged me telling me I've been with such and such for 6, 12 months and haven't seen any improvement, haven't seen any rankings, but I'm paying 1,500 and plus a month. And I said, you know what? I'm going to start going into junk removal. Then he introduced me to Andrew. And then I seen Paul, and then from Forget About It, and then I met
Hmm.
you through Paul, and then we just started working together. You were doing SEO with us, then you got good results, and then you wanted to, like you see, we worked together and everything. So, Mr. You became a brand ambassador for Rank Fortress. And you'll see him posting things like you can get a special discount with them and everything. And if you ever want to know, for example, what do you think about William? Just go talk to him. He's got people, send them screenshots. I got the receipts. If you come to me or him or whatever, I got receipts, baby. I don't
So,
say stuff without receipts. So,
that's right. Affidavits. We keep receipts, affidavits, and you guys have you heard it there, right there, Mr. Yee. Rank Fortress. It's a collaboration, and I'm trying to tell you guys that because junk removal is changing. Junk removal is becoming so diverse, and
mm,
it's a whole different face now on junk removal, and that's why we bring you guys. I decided to bring you guys all this content to show you guys how, if I could do it, so can you do it. And I've been getting so much feedback, so much love. Today I got love for one of my peoples in New York, and he reached out to me and said, "Hey, Mr. Yee, you know what I mean? I made that leap of faith, but I wouldn't have did it if it wasn't for you, and making the content you do, and then taking your time talking to me. And you know what I mean? I made that leap just like you. I had a good job, all this, but you know what? I didn't want to be in the shadow anymore. I wanted to be the leader. I didn't
yeah,
want to work for somebody anymore. So, that's what it's all about. And junk removal is very much changing. And the normal faces aren't going to be there like that anymore. It's a
yeah,
whole different ball game now with junk removal. And the more you guys put out content, the more you guys put out videos, you guys show the world that junk removal is so diverse all around the world. It's like hip hop. Hip hop has taken over the whole world, all nationalities, and that's what junk removal is. Oh
yeah.
my God, it's
Yeah,
becoming
it's like
big.
there's all types of flavors. There's going to be people. It's kind of, you were asking me this earlier. There's a book I'm reading by Mel Robbins, and this kind of helped me. I wish I had that book 7 years ago when I first started, because I'm not. A lot of people say, well, nowadays they look at me and they say you're brash and very direct and stuff like that. I'm like, I had to go through a lot of crap to get where we're at. So of course I appear that way, but of course I want everyone to like me. But Mel Robbins, she talked about this call, and it's called the Let Them Theory book. It's like, not everybody's gonna like you. Let them not like you.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people going to talk about you. Let them. You don't even like your own self all the time. You don't even
Yeah.
agree with everything you do all the time. So it's
That's why
like, let
that
people. It's like someone may love Mr. Yee, and then other people will be like, I hate that motherfucker. You know,
hmm
it is what it is. Like, some people like Trump, and then it's either with Trump, it's either you love him or you hate him. There's no in between. There's a saying, but who is it? I forget his name, but he says, there's no money in the middle. If you want money, you gotta have people that's not gonna like you. You're gonna have people that's gonna love you. So there are gonna be people in this industry. You're gonna see more and more in junk removal, just like we do in SEO. This person I like and I agree with and I click with and I can learn from them. and I can grow with them. Then there's other people be like, he might be extremely knowledgeable, but me and him just, I mean, we rub the wrong way, that sort of thing. And I'll tell
Yeah.
people, like, I, I'll learn things from certain people and then spit out the bones, if you will, but I may not learn from them all the time just because we rub the wrong way, and stuff like that. But it's kind of part of, if you will, social engineering. It's just the way people are made. And I have people ask me all the time, he's like, is there any other people in SEO and junk removal you trust? I'm like, nope, I don't.
Yeah, I,
I just
I- I've
think,
I've learned that myself. Honestly, I've learned that a hard way. Nothing personal, but this is a business. At the end of the day, I'm trying to put food on my table and feed my family. So all that other stuff, I had to learn. I had to learn my way. And through this journey, you're not gonna. Everybody's not gonna like you, and you're not gonna like everybody either. But you know what I mean. I'm gonna sure make you see my presence, and that's just part of it. And that's I'm like a SEO myself because I want to be seen everywhere. So
yeah,
I got with the experts and William. You know what I mean? It's just been a blessing, and it's just I wouldn't be saying this if I didn't witness the magic that what your business, what your company does for junk removal, but not only but what it did for me.
yeah.
And is there a certain type that needs SEO from like the beginning of a guy who starts to begin his business in the beginning
Yeah.
or,
I mean,
or,
you
or
should
in the
be
middle?
most people, for example, they're like, they think they should start SEO. Let's say I've been in business for a year and now I'm going to start SEO, or 3 years, I'm going to start SEO. You should have started SEO on day one.
Okay.
It's not a matter of doing it whenever you feel like it. It's like, you got to think, I'm trying to build a brand. So I don't even call it SEO. I should be doing branding, which is what it is.
Hmm.
Branding is telling other people about yourself, whether that's a backlink, a press release, a social media post, a short video, a long form video, and stuff. You should be doing that. You don't know how many business owners I've had come to me and say, and I have them. One thing I love about Facebook is Facebook memories, and it pops up, and I'll see it's like, this person. Thank you, William. I was going to shut down my salon business or this business, and now because of you, I don't have to. You don't know how many junk removal businesses I've already signed up from other people where they went, you know, this is my last ditch effort because I haven't gotten any results. And so for me, I literally have a tab with just junk removal clients, and I look at those. Like, even with you, it's like, if you're not in the top three, I'm pushing to get you there because I personally know it is life changing. It is upsetting to me when I hear, but well, I don't believe in SEO. That shit don't work. No, you don't believe in SEO, and you don't think it works because you were with the wrong people that were just taking your money. They're really good at cashing checks, but they weren't really good at, if you will, actually delivering. And a lot of people, for instance, and you'll hear it in SEO, but as I told you, I'm gonna be starting to do a lot of videos around these questions on my own channel. Then we'll also be doing, I have a free course, free, imagine that. I don't do paid shit, free course where I teach you, for example, just basic stuff on SEO. So therefore, you know what to look for, you know that someone's doing it right. But, we're going to be doing that and just answering questions when it comes to, SEO, just helping you guys out and stuff. But, you know,
That's
that's,
just what that's exactly what people need. People need someone to go to get the ball rolling with SEO. And by you doing a free video showing them, and if they wanted to go to the next level, they know
yeah.
who to go to because it's like, why am I going to pay this company this much money when William is doing the same thing for half the price or even cheaper? But you know what I mean? You guys have to jump on these.
It's kind of like, why do I do SEO audits? Why am I doing them? It has nothing to do with trying to throw someone under the bus or make someone else look bad. I'm just the type of guy. If your site sucks, I'm going to tell you it sucks. If you're doing an amazing job, I'm going to tell you you're doing an amazing job. But I'm going to go through it and tell you what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and do it for free, because most SEOs charge anywhere from about $500 to $1,000 just for an SEO audit. And I look at SEO audits a little bit different than most SEOs. They talk about technical terms, and that's when you're on a phone with them, they try to make you feel, it seems like they try to make you feel dumb. They're using big
Mm-hmm.
words and talking about the
Mm-hmm.
semantics and keyword clusters and all this. And you're like, what the
Yeah.
hell are you talking about, man? And the way I break it down is I go, here's the top 3 people up in your niche, in your city. Let's look at what they're doing. Let's add it all together. Let's do it and add a little bit of our own shit into it. And then go from there. Hey, Miss Sparks.
As,
Um,
absolutely. Hey, Miss Sparks. Absolutely. I think that a lot of people are so afraid of the AI and the chat GBTs, but I'm I love SEO. That's why I am totally down with the situation. And, I am the ambassador of the brand. But the thing is that how many people really are going to chat GBT for junk removal?
yeah,
Uh, or,
yeah,
or are they just going to Google and then they find it on Google and then Google leads them somewhere else, like to your Facebook or your Yelp or your website? Talk on that, please.
yeah. I mean, so for example, if I go to Google and I look up your brand, this is why I say one of the things you need to do if you don't have one, get a VA with us. Because then people ask you, so what's the difference between your virtual assistant and me doing it on my own? You could do it on your own, and you're going to have to suffer, and you're going to have to go through a lot of crap. Just like, can I be successful by myself, or will it be better if I have a mentor? If I have a mentor like my mentor and my wife's mentor, MJ Lopez, he's been through a lot of crap, so we can learn from him without having to go through all the crap,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, that's one of the aspects, good things about having someone that's learned their lesson or seen. Like, what's the difference between me and someone else? Is, let's say I do thousands of audits a year, so I see a lot of variables. And then I had a guy today, he posted, he saw some things with Chat GPT, and there seems to be a pattern I'm recognizing here. And I asked him, I said, well, how many searches and how many companies did you look on this on? And he said 6. I'm like, this is a hypothesis at best, bro. I said, come at me whenever you've done a couple of thousand or something.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times people will just say stuff, and it's more of a fear-based type thing. When they're talking about AI is going to replace your job. If you're that bad at your job, yes, AI is going to replace you. But if you're doing a good job, they're not going to replace you. I
Yeah.
say the same thing to our workers. I said, honestly,
Yeah.
I told my team, I said, AI is there to make you more efficient. It's there to be able to multiply and give you leverage.
To
It is
push
not
you.
there to replace you.
No,
You know, if it
nobody.
if it replaces you, you sucked to begin with.
And you
Okay.
shouldn't work. And you shouldn't work for that company because
Yeah.
a human can never be replaced for a machine. You think about it, but I was driving public transit, and there's no way in hell a machine can take over that with all those people's lives in their hands.
And
So
I've and I've and I've had people that have, like, give you an example. I'm not going to name the name, but there are SEO programs out there that do it via AI, right? And
mhm.
we literally were called in to train this person's entire agency staff on SEO. And if you looked at what they were doing, they were just using the platform. They didn't know how to do the actual manual SEO. And so what's going to happen if you stop using your brain and start relying purely on SEO? And then maybe one day that, and they relying on AI, and then that tool breaks down. Then you don't know how to use it. Let's say if I don't have SEMrush or one of the other tools we use, if I don't know the multiple types of ways to do it, hey, Andrew, if I don't know the multiple ways of doing it, then what's going to happen? Let's say I don't know how to code. And then if I need to code something and I'm relying upon, WordPress or any of these other platforms, then what's going to wind up happening is you're not going to be able to do it. Like our designers and stuff, when they come to us, so just for example, our staff a lot of them are not just high school graduates, but college graduates, but they never did SEO, GMB SEO, web design. But then when they come to us, we train them on that. So I actually train them, you know.
Absolutely.
What's the difference between us at Rank Fortress and another agency? Well, me and my wife actually, my wife's like the heart of the business. She doesn't know how to do SEO and stuff, but she helps direct us and drive us and sees things I won't see because I'm a dude, and you know, dudes were blind in certain things. But then
But
I'll go,
hang on, William. I don't want to cut you off, but I
yeah,
was listening to a TikTok today about Warren Buffett, and he says you're really not going to get there until you have that strong person on the side of you, your
yeah,
wife. And your
bingo.
wife's actually supposed to comfort you in every situation.
This is Warren
When
Buffett, right?
yeah, you seen that
Yeah,
TikTok
yeah,
too?
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm just
So
saying.
Warren, one of the things he was
Yo,
asked, and I
Andrew.
would agree with, he goes, so for example, and I have a story about Andrew, I'll tell you, but a lot of people will go, behind every man is a woman, and I said, no, 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 that's the problem why most of y'all marriages suck. You think the woman's behind you, number one. The woman's beside you. She's your help mate. She's not your slave. She's not something like that. But Warren Buffett, one of the things he said, he goes, what's the number one factor that you would contribute to your success, Mr. Buffett? And he said, my number one success, and I would tell everybody this, is the partner you choose to marry. Because the partner will, and I even had one of my old mentors when I used to be back in Amway, he told me, he said, for example, or Quickstar, he said, you know, your wife can either make you or break you. You know, so a good wife or a good woman will push you to be better. A bad wife will break you. I've been with a bad wife. So you be a dude on the proud.
You
proud.
ain't the only one. You ain't got two kids. You ain't the only one. You know what I mean? But it
Yep.
was when I found that right one that, you know what I mean, it really changed my life. And that's when life actually started, when I was blessed and to get married and call this woman my my soulmate forever.
Yep.
And and that's just, but back to SEO.
Can I go back to Andrew real quick because I see him
Come
here.
on. Yes,
Otherwise, I'll
yes.
forget about it. So Xavier introduced me to Andrew. Andrew actually, you know, met with my old partner on a call because I was busy or something. Then I wound up, he didn't want to talk to him, he wanted to talk to me. So we talked to each other and everything. And Andrew, he's like, before he ever brought me on his YouTube channel, ever, he said, I want to see if what you're saying you can do, you'll deliver on. And I said, just give me one. I'll do it for free. And then he gave me one person, one client within less than 3 months. He was in the top three. And then I was literally messaging him and said, Andrew, go ahead and bring me on that live because we already got you in the top three and we're not even done with 3 months. And then if you don't believe, like a lot of people will say, for instance, if you're an SEO, and SEO can't promise that you'll be in the top three. Well, I hate to tell you, but I can promise that. And then I do the promise and be like, because I had someone ask me today, well, what happens if they're not in the top three? Go ask Paul over, forget about it. He wasn't in the top three because he screwed up his own GMB, not me. He screwed up his own GMB, but because he screwed up his GMB, I went ahead and I believe I'm a man of my word. So I go, I'm going to pause your billing, Paul. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to work on it for free to you in the top three. Then, bingo, months before I ever came on his channel. Then I'm literally on a Facebook call with Paul, like, I don't know, it was like 4 days ago or something. And I said, hey, brother, hold on. I'm about to, I'm about to blow a nutsack or something. And he was like, what do you mean? I said, you're in the top three already. And he was like, no. And he about dropped his phone and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying, like with Andrew, it's like, because what happens if you don't test someone and see if they're actually a person of their word and can do what they say, you'll get in long ass contracts with these people. A lot of the web designers and SEOs would be like, let me sign you up for a 6-month, 12-month contract, usually about a 12-month contract. And with us, I mean, I do have 6 month, 12-month contracts, but if you sign up for 6 months, you're getting 25% off. You sign up for 12 months, you get 45% off. At least I have that.
Well, there's going to be something good too at the Junk Expo. So don't
Yeah,
we'll
lots of
just
stuff.
you'll see Mr. Yee Yee at the booth.
Yep.
You
So
know.
lots of that sort of thing. But that's, I mean, the way you test people is like, even how do I test my staff? It's like I sit down with them and I train them, and then of course I have my right hand, which is Lynn. Lynn's been with me for 6+ years. So Lynn's my office manager or operations manager, and Lynn's basically like a mini me, right?
Mhm.
And Lynn gets high blood. It's funny watching it because if something pisses Lynn off, next thing you know, blood pressure going up. She's like counting backwards, 10, 9, 8, not as bad as me. But the thing is, if I didn't sit down and teach them, wasn't more hands on. Then after that, what happens is I give them a test, if you will, a project where I can test them on to see if they actually learn what I told them. And a lot of
Mhm.
times you do that. Let's say if you wanted to go hire your own VA on Upwork or anything like that, you can't test them. How are you going
Yeah.
to test them? You're not going to really know because you don't know how many times. Because I used to do, if you will, HR at one of my old jobs. You'll have people lie on their resume. Why? Because they just need money. They're desperate and they're just trying to get money on their table. So they're going to lie and say they got 10 years of SEO experience, and they might have 2 weeks.
Mhm. Mhm.
Once you get them, then they're screwing up your website. They wind up getting a virus on the crap. Your rankings tank. Your GMB gets suspended. Why? Because they don't have any experience doing it. So that, I mean, the biggest difference between them and that is like, for example, if you ever have an issue with anything, hey, I need something done immediately, William, text me. And we get it done
Mhm.
and taken care of in our team. I mean, the thing is with us, it's like with our team, we're more like of a family. And I know people will say, "Don't your employees are not your family." Well, that's fine. You keep saying that. That's why you have, if you will, employment issues.
Yeah.
Our people don't ever want to leave us.
Yeah.
So, and we always hang out, we eat together and stuff. We're just like family. But the thing is, that's the difference between having someone like us where we're actually the ones doing the work. Okay. It's not like the typical agency where they sold you. And once they sell you, a lot of times what happens is, yeah, they might get you on the phone. How often are you getting actual reports and deliverables? How often are you actually being able to say, this is what we've done the past 30 days? This is what we're going to do for the next 30 days. Past 30 days, you were in the spot, let's say 20, and now we got you in spot 10. So the next 30 days, I'm expecting to jump in at about 6. And if I don't, I'm going to add in some extra stuff for free.
Mhm.
If you're not in the top 3, then we're going to pause, your billing, Mr. Yee Yee, and then we're going to look at this and that. Who's going to do that sort of thing? And
Yeah.
most of them
Exactly.
won't. They won't.
Now, will other people get you different locations?
So, what do you mean? You mean GMB locations
Yeah,
or my
GMB lo. So like a Yee Yee has one location. What about other locations?
like for me? I actually have a guy right now that does he does GMB verifications. You have to be very careful with it, only because there's lots of scammers online that will say they can get them. And here's the thing with the GMB, it's not a matter of. And I talked to a guy late last night or early this morning. I forget which it was,
You
but
don't sleep. You don't sleep. Don't worry.
it was Xavier, and he had me on a phone call with somebody else, and his GMB got suspended. And I told him, I said, honestly, with a GMB, it's not a matter if, it's just a matter of when your GMB is going to get suspended. When you get GMBs, they could be up for 5 years and no problem. They could be up for months and no problem. They could be up for a week and get suspended. But for me, like what I'm personally doing, I'm collecting up GMBs in the junk removal space. Why? Not for myself, but for clients. So like I
Mm-hmm.
have one right now in Vegas. I got another one, I think it's in Tucson, Arizona. So when
Mm-hmm.
someone needs it, and why would I do that? It's okay. The more GMBs, the more land I can cover. the more land I can cover, the more I can get leads and potential clients, and your phone's ringing even more. So, that's why, especially when business owners want to expand, it's one of the reasons why I ask when we get on a sales call, the very first thing I do is I say, for instance, I say, nice to meet you, Mr. Yee. What brought you to me? And you tell me what brought you, how you found me. And then I say, can you tell me a little bit about your business and where you're currently at, how much you're currently making, and where you want to be at? Do you want to go from one truck to 3 trucks, or you want to go to 10 trucks? Because then I know, okay, you want 10 trucks. Okay, then that's going to be at least about a 5 to 6 mile radius on rankings. You're going to cover several cities. You don't just want one city, but maybe you don't want to be that busy. But the only way to know that's by actually knowing what your client wants
Yeah,
and knowing what
exactly.
the goals are. Maybe they are fine with having one truck and 3 people. Maybe they
Yeah.
want 50, 60 people. You don't know that without actually talking to someone and
Well, well
working with
with
them.
with me in the junk removal business, because I'm out there. Like today, we were out there in 101-degree heat today. It
Yeah,
was
you're
a
telling me about that
it's a
craziness.
hundred, yeah, it's 101 degrees out here in Solano County today. And we're in this house, and the garage is just infested with rodents. As soon as
Mm.
you open the door, you can smell it. Like, whoa, ratatouille's everywhere. But you know what I'm saying? It's just it, it's just growing your business at the speed of your pace. You know what I mean? Not trying to overgrow your business so fast, and just taking your time to learn your business. And those few years, I would say those first 5 years are really critical to see if you're really going to do this for long term. And if you're going to do this for long term, you should definitely get into SEO and tweaking that GMB and tweaking that website. And how important are backlinks?
None, not as important as most people think. I can rank a website without any of that crap. Like most people, when they come to us, for example, SEOs typically, and yes, I do sell backlinks, but the primary reason I sell backlinks is because it's going to be a bad one, but agencies usually come to you and they want this big list of deliverables for their clients, because what happens is the more they can fluff up a report, the more you think you got and you're paying for. I'm paying $1,500 a month. What am I paying for? It's like, if I took a book, could I probably put in a paragraph what that book's about, or do I need to read all 400 pages? Probably just need to read one paragraph and I know what that whole book's about, right? I can have a
Mm-hmm.
summary about it on one page. But then a lot of people get into backlinks and stuff. I don't do a lot of that. I mean, we do the backlinks we need. So I've tested it, and I've used guest posts and niche edits and all tiered guest posts like everybody sells. But all I do personally is junk removal. Let's say they're doing premium, because every one of our junk removal are premium. I give them 1 million words of content. And most people, why do I need 1 million words? So the average client has about, let's say, 20 pages. Usually the people in the top 3, and I can show you, and I'll do this on another one, but have 400 or 500 pages. Okay, Junk King, 1-800 Got Junk, all of them, 500 to 1,000 pages. Now, how are you, Mr. 20 pager, ever going to compete with someone that's got 500 pages? You're not. It's like me, whenever our team, we sign on a client, and we come into a city, you fucked pretty much, because we're going to, on our junk removal clients, we give them 1 million words of content. They're going to get anywhere from 600 to 1,000 pages of content, which then creates on that website, for example, let's say 60 pages and the rest of it's blogs and supporting content. So now Google says, oh, this person actually knows what they're talking about. They're not just talking about, oh, when I say hamburger, there's Wendy's, McDonald's, and Burger King. No, we're talking about thousands of variations. There's not just junk removal. There's like dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of things involved in that. And we do thousands of blogs. So then with our blogs, for example, what we do we build something that's on a Google asset called an advanced G stack, and then that is a key factor, and another one's called a infinity ID loop. These are just fancy terms. You don't need to know what they are. It's just, think of it this way: it's a Google asset, and it's right here. It's like a bucket. And then what we do a blog. We turn that blog into a video on YouTube. YouTube is the second largest search engine, and it's owned by Google. That's why you want to do it. Shorts, long form. Then we embed that video on the blog. Then we take that blog and turn it into a podcast. Then after we turn it into a podcast, we turn it into an image stack. Then after we do that, we turn it into a press release. And then we daisy chain them all together, and we dump all that information, all those backlinks, the citations, the videos, the blog posts, the podcast, we dump them into that bucket or Google asset called an advanced G stack. So basically, we're feeding Google constantly on its own assets, which are high DA or domain name authority links, and that's the only thing we're doing to rank.
To get their business and their brand out there for them to conquer their area. Now, what about is SEO only about ranking and traffic?
No, SEO for me, I tell you, I don't really. I mean, SEO means search engine optimization, but I personally don't like the term. I think of it, branding is SEO and SEO is branding. That's all it is. SEO is branding. So the only other thing I would tell you to add to it is if you do not have a virtual assistant or you need one, reach out to us, or Mr. Yee, reach out to him and ask him, because he has a VA with us, and get one specifically for social media management. So what do? You're gonna, and I tell people all the time, look at what Yee does, look at what Paulie does, look at what Andrew does, all of them. Anybody that's successful, look at Mr. Matt Vick, all of them. They take before and after pictures. Before you start the job, after you start the job. Then after you do the job, get a testimonial from the client before you leave. Right? Then set up a damn camera like I have, or an Osmo, set up a Digi Osmo that records the whole thing on your way to the job, after you leave the job, while you're doing the job. Then dump all of that content, that video, and those images into a Google Drive folder, and have your virtual assistant or worker chop it up, edit it, post every day on your GMB, your Facebook, your TikTok, your Instagram, your YouTube. Why? Because it's going to show up. And I tell people, okay, go look at any of these people, any of them. I dare you to, but I'm going to show you something.
Well, while you're doing that, that's why I'm so amazed, because I go on my GMB daily and I see how Rank Fortress chopped it up. They redid everything. They redid all my sayings, but they added the right things to lead people there. My website, my map, my pin, and I wasn't adding any of that. I was oblivious. But now when you guys took over, all that is embedded for Google to see everything and funnel them, to the website, and to click more and to check things out more.
And one of the things, like one of my mentors taught me in SEO, which is another guy that no one liked before, is Chase Rayner. Chase Rayner used to do walkthroughs. He don't do SEO anymore, but he showed me, he said, for example, long form content is meant to sell someone. Short form is meant for opt-ins. Opt-ins are meant to go to your email so you can educate people. So the reason why you're doing long form is to sell them and why you're the best. The reason why you need to do short form is that then tells people about you so they can go opt into your email or newsletter. And then why do you need that? So they're in your CRM, or, if you will, customer reputation management system, and then you can educate them on what you do. So here's what a brand looks like, right? If you look at a brand, right, and you go Google up anybody's brand name, number one, I have people running ads against my brand name, which means I'm getting traffic and they're trying to take traffic from me. I literally have 4 people running ads. I know this guy, he's a big time SEO guy. This one as well. These other 2 are small dogs. But then when you go down here and look at everything, you'll see I own like the top 8 pages of nothing but Google, right? These are all Google, 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 Google. All this is me, 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 me. And this is literally everything we're posting on a regular basis on all everything, short form, long form, press releases, all of it, right? So, and then why is it important to post your images? Well, all those images right there. What about videos? All of them right there. What about short form? All of them right there. What about forums? Well, there's some of the forums right there. My top forum right here is mine. It's local SEO. Then you could take anybody else's brand. Let's just, I'm not going to take anybody in particular, but let's just say junk removal, right? And this is like we're in this specific area, junk removal near me. Let's just say, maps or whatever, because I'm in, this area. And let's just take, we'll take about, let's say this person down here, just someone that's on like, the 15th spot or 10th spot, and see, do they got a brand? A brand means I should be able to Google you and you pop up and you dominate page 1. At least, like I dominate all 80 something pages. Does he dominate? Well, he's got this knowledge panel. He's got his ad right. Someone else is here. He's got 1 here, 2 here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are all like citations. Then let's go to page 2. Then you lose them at page 2. You start getting other people popping in, right? Not so much. Then if I go over to images, do I have them in here? Nope, not really. I have 1 or 2. Then if I go to short form video, nope, not really. I got a couple.
Now, now, William, when someone wants to upload a short-term video right there on Google, sometimes it can be a little hard. Like it says,
Well, no,
the M-
it's not. It's not that you upload it on Google. It's that you're uploading it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those in YouTube, and all those various platforms index those videos.
Mhm.
I.e., Google picks up on them, and now they appear in the SERPs or the search engine results. That's telling Google that you have a brand and that you are trusted and that you are an expert.
But
You know,
now, but
yeah,
now, but now with the VA, they're going to do all that for you.
yeah,
So
bingo.
you're going to get advantage of all that being done for you, and you can always check in and see the progress, and and it's just that's why it's benefiting me
And
because
like
you.
most people, it's like if you want to see what are you going to get, what type of edits you're going to get, just go on and I'll show you. There it is again. If you just let it back in, like if you want to see what type of content, like the content on my wall is what you're going to be getting. Let me see if it'll load up. There we go. So like go through here and look at all the videos and stuff, all these banners, all these graphics. This is my team that does this. Any of this is a team. Like
Yeah.
I actually, whenever I say I have a team, it's like this is my house. The office is attached to my house. These are my team. This is Paul. I can tell you their names, okay?
Hmm.
Stuff like that versus, and we have 70 something of them. I know their birthdays, all this, but if you look at them, this is Ryan, he's in here. This is Dazel, and this is the type of content you're talking about. Obviously, we can't use this is you're not going to be able, if you will, have our people do it like that. But let's say
Yeah.
you do a talking video, we come in there and edit it and we put out that fire content like that. This is our podcast room, which is upstairs. This is that little camera I was just telling y'all about. If you get that,
Hmm.
set it up, y'all can record your junk removal jobs.
So basically, if you have the VA situation with William, and you're posting on Facebook, and you're putting all the content out, your people are going to be able to grab it. And
Yeah, we grab it, we get a Google Drive, and literally all I tell you to do is go. You're going to go to Google Drive, you're going to set up a Google Drive account, and then we're going to take all that footage, all those images, and drop it in there. Let us use it and drop it, So
hmm And how often is that done?
Often, I mean, I have another guy. He's doing it, Jay Garcia, Hot Mess. He's out in Cali. I forget where he's at, but for instance, he does it all the time. Drops in tons of content. He's like, I don't think I can keep up with him
Yeah, yeah.
because the more content you get, they're just going to keep editing it and dropping it and stuff like that. I mean, it's the same reason. Like I literally have. I mean, I can show you again. I keep going out. I should just keep it open, but um, I have it's called People Also Ask Questions, right? What are PAAs? Like I also already showed you. Like this is all the content I already showed you, Mr. Yee. But
Yeah, yeah.
like what's the terms? If you look up SEO for junk removal, what's also the other questions people ask? Well, here they are. So I'm gonna be doing content on how to market for junk removal. You know, how to get more leads for your junk removal business. Is junk removal really profitable? Where to get clients for junk removal? Is there high demand for junk removal? And I just carry on and on with all these questions. And I'm not telling y'all to do something I won't do. So I'm doing the same damn thing.
Yeah.
I'm literally creating shorts and long form video to answer questions that people have. And then we create, if you will, like here over here, this is a blog that we're getting ready, you know, how to market your junk removal business, 6 effective strategies. And I go through all that. And then, of course, I'm going to post it. And I'm going to make videos on it. And then we'll upload it. You know, it's the same thing that I tell my clients to do. I'm actually doing for a new website we have. It's Junk Removal SEO Expert. Because I'm going hard in on junk removal, and we're going to be doing videos, a new YouTube channel,
and here's the thing. Here's the thing is that you don't want to move slow on this because there's a lot of people being like snails, and I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't believe in this, and that's why I highly put 100% trust into this. But when you guys move like snails and you're not sure yet, guess what? Your competition just locked in, and that's gonna mess you up because now someone else is in your area doing it. So it's just you guys.
And I even tell people, I tell them, say honest, and I tell my team this. It's an opportunity. What's up? Triple G. But the opportunity of a lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of the opportunity. So we have people that will come in to, like, for an example, if you're in California, I have a waiting list because I literally got too many damn clients out there right now. And I have to watch out. It's like, is this person going to bump into this person and overlap this person? And like, I got to, y'all going to have to play nice. Because motherfuckers only increase spots.
That's why I want to hurry up and increase my space.
You get them all out of here. But it's like, for instance, and I had a guy the other day. He wanted to be. I think it was in Los Angeles. I think it was. And I told him, I said, "Well, whoever pays first gets in first." Is all I'm gonna tell you.
24 hours.
And he's like, well, I want to get on a phone call with you. I said, well, if this other person pays before you, baby, then guess what? Sorry. I had, what's his name? Todd LaSalle. He had a phone call with me, and I'm messing with him because he messaged me all the time. And he goes, 2 days later, I think I had my call with you. And he goes, and then I posted that, hey, I just signed up Mr. Yee Yee. And he messaged me. He said, you just signed up Mr. Yee Yee? And I said, yes, sir. He said, why did you do that? I said, well, he paid first. And he was like, well, okay, I understand. And now he's asking me, he said, I'm telling all on him right now, but he goes, for example, he said, well, I pray his SEO doesn't go that good for him. And I said, well, you're not a righteous man, I will assume, because your prayers are not going to be heard.
Oh, no.
Because he will be ranked. And then once he saw you get in the top 3, he messaged me and he goes, do you recommend any other SEOs in the junk removal space? And I said, no, I do not. I don't have any of them that I would recommend personally.
And here's the thing is that you guys, there's a lot of people out there who have paid for websites and have their SEO on their websites, but that could be older SEO. You need to redo it, get it audited, and see what you're missing. And those are
Yeah.
the key things right there that rank fortress is going to help you out with. And you know what I
And I
mean.
tell people it's like it's not that I'm against anybody that does SEO. It's just I know a lot more than a lot of people know, so it's like I know when someone got involved in SEO, I know when they started, I know who they used to outsource to. And I have receipts.
So
So I don't, and then a lot of them, it's like when I look at SEO, this goes for everybody, whether whoever, whatever niche they're in. It's like I look at it and it's like, okay, if you're good at SEO, being ranked in a 1 mile radius is nothing. Being ranked in a 3 or 4 mile radius, that shows me. And then if I look on your website, I'm looking at basic stuff. Is your social links hyperlinked? Are they opening into a different window? Are they taking you away from your website? Do you have internal linking going on? How much content is on your website? I'm looking at all the basic stuff. Do you have a sticky menu up top? Does it follow you through your website? Whenever I'm scrolling around, so I see call to actions every time I'm scrolling around. I'm looking at all that sort of thing. And if I don't see certain things, I'm just going to tell you, say, dude, I don't know what to tell you. You've been paying for SEO $1,500 a month for 12 fucking months, and you ain't even got a fucking site map.
yeah, no doubt.
You
And
got half your pages aren't even indexed, which tells me that's poor quality. I mean,
mhm. and
what do you want me to tell you?
you know what? I had that problem. I had the basic website that I built myself and I did all that. And I had William come in and tweak. And this is what I need. And it doesn't happen overnight, but I see the progress of what it's doing and
Yeah.
what it's bringing in. Because I get calls every day from Google. How'd
Yeah,
you
I
hear
mean,
about? How'd you hear about me?
imagine the million words of content
Oh man.
normally takes a couple of months to place on a website unless it's an emergency and I push them. Like
Yeah.
right now, I'm having them do a bunch of blogs for all my stuff because I'm going to drop millions and millions of words of content about
S-
junk removal SEO.
So here's a good one. Here's a good one, William.
Yeah.
What happens when you see these other gurus in person?
No, I don't care. Most of them out, and this is not just any people in the junk removal space, but anybody in general. And this is if you're another junk removal person, right? Let's just say someone's talking crap about Mr. Yee. Do you think this person is even going to have the nutsack to come up to them, to Mr. Yee, and talk to them whenever they're in the restaurant together or when they're at an event together? I've had people that don't like me, and I go straight. The way I deal with it, I go straight up to them.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
how you doing, Mr. Yee? And
Mm-hmm.
shake your hand. Nice to see you. I'm very diplomatic about it. I'm not the person that's gonna quote unquote make a scene. I'm not the person that's gonna be like, causing, like we said in Tagalog, maganda drama. I'm just the
Mm-hmm.
person that's like, hey buddy, what's up?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
you can understand, I got receipts, baby.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
there's so much emotions in junk removal, and I'm guessing the SEO world also.
no,
And
Xavier said, "Man, there's so much drama in the, it's very toxic and stuff in the junk removal space." And I told him, I said, "Bro, this is like Sunday school to me compared to SEO. SEO is, I mean, it's bad. Ask my
mhm.
wife, it's bad."
Well, I just
Uh,
think that I think that there's so many more people in junk removal now that a lot of people are getting creative, and I think that a lot of people are showing more content for their competitors instead of showing content for who should you be really showing content to.
no, I
Then
mean, imagine this. I mean, so for example, are you, if you ever, let's say you got a junk removal person that don't like you and they start creating content about you and they start posting about you, do you think that you should give two red cents that they're doing that?
or
Absolutely.
calling SEO guys about you.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely not. I mean, I've had people always like, what's up with this William guy? What's his thing? And the thing is, and my buddy told me, he's like, hey, Williams top notch. I trust him more than anybody. And here's the thing, but William don't put up with no BS, and William is direct.
Mm-hmm.
It's very direct. Yes, Miss Sparks, that's your drama way worse. You haven't. That's why I'm like, please, baby, please.
Hey,
Come. But the thing is, if they're think about this, if they're making content about you or talking about you, you have set up rent in their head, and now they are not making content about their business. If they had spent that kind of effort on making, let's say, guaranteeing top three results or making content about their business, then they would be much further along than
absolutely.
if they're going to sit there and run their yap about her, as we call it in Bisaya, yow yow. You run your mouth. That's all it is. You run in your mouth. People don't like you, so what? Give a shit. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you want everybody to like you, go sell ice cream, and even then, everybody's not going to like you.
No, your
Not
prices are
cold
too high.
enough, hard enough, wrong type of ice cream,
Oh yeah,
doesn't
oh
taste
yeah.
flavorful enough. I mean, people. That's just people in general. I don't. We've been through. I've been through enough to know that I'm like most people think I'm like in my 30s. I'm like, listen, I'm 48 years old. I got four grandkids. I've had people steal millions. I'm not telling you a million peso. I'm talking about, so we've been through a lot of crap. So it's like now, and once you've been through it, like I can tell you, most people, like if you're successful in junk removal, who out there can tell me like now after you've been through a lot of crap, does anything really phase you anymore? You get to the point, it's like, oh, it's just you. Like I've dealt with the devil enough that if the devil wakes me up in the morning, it's like, oh, what are you doing today, bro?
Yeah, yeah,
It's like, I expect
yeah.
you to be around.
I don't
You
even
know?
I don't even put fuel on it. So what I do is this is how I deal with my drama. I just I contact William and say, put me out there. Let him
Yeah,
see it. Let him see it.
it's some it is, and Mrs. Sparks is 100% right. It's like I thought for a long time I was in the SEO world, and I was going live 5 days a week, twice a day. Okay, a lot. Like y'all think, what's his name? I think junk removal money. You think he goes live a lot? Please, please.
Please. Yeah.
I was going live anywhere from 5 to 7 days a week, twice a day, 10 to 14 times a week. Okay. And then the thing is, people, run their mouth because why do they run their mouth? For example, in SEO, if they're in the same niche and I'm in the Philippines and it's cheaper and our services are really cheap, um, why do you think they run their mouth? Common sense, because they can't beat your prices. They never be able to beat them ever, and you have to outsource. And then I stopped doing a lot of the lives. Why? Because this is the lesson I learned. Because you asked me about it. Was I thought they'd eventually shut up. So what did I do? You know how God or Jesus, whatever, he says, don't dim your light, don't hide it under a barrel. Well, I did that. I hid, if you will, my knowledge and stuff under a barrel, and thinking these people eventually shut up. These people eventually just, get on with their life. And then my mentor told me, he said, no, 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 bro, if you want to be successful, and you want to make an impact on people around you, and you better get used to it. It's never going to stop ever. So go ahead and go back on YouTube. So that's when I started going back on YouTube, going back
Yeah.
posting content and audit. So
Yeah.
don't ever let someone talking or saying stuff or whatever make you go, I'm not going to be the best in, I don't want to be number 2 or 3 in jungle. I want to be number fucking one
Yeah.
in my city. So I want to dominate. You might be the best number 2. I'll let you have that, but you're not going to be number 1. That's a
That's a
fact.
good. That's
So
and I think there's been so many wolves in sheep clothing for so long, and
yep,
it's finally starting to get exposed. And we just had one of the, I wouldn't even say major guys, because this person was at a place where I was at, And I
Mm,
was not listening to this person because I said, I don't need to. I'm not his audience. You
yeah.
know what I mean? And then look what happens now to this person.
Yeah. I mean, and think about it this way. So, for example, a lot of people think in any business, they kind of think they have a poverty mentality, and they think that if this person's making this amount of money or this person gets these clients, that they are taking it from me. They're taking the clients from me. They're taking the potential business from me. Everything, dude. There's millions and millions and millions of businesses that need SEO, that need junk removal. There's millions of households that need it. You're never taking someone's business out of their mouth. Don't let that stop you from being the best in your field, and get on with it. But I tell them, biggest thing is focus on helping other people. Like, why do I do free SEO audits? Because I tell people all the time, dude, you can do free SEO audits too, baby. Don't be jumping all over me because I'm doing them. You could be doing them too. But oh yeah, I forgot. Y'all charge about $700 to $900 per, audit, and I do it for free. So I understand. I understand that. Hey,
On the
I'm
spot. You do it
on
for
my
free
freedom
on the spot.
on the spot,
On the spot.
in the damn chats.
So
Okay.
and that's exactly what we're bringing to you guys out there. And for you guys listening now, or you guys tuning in later on, that it doesn't have to be so expensive. You think it's expensive, but imagine what those other guys charge you, or
Yeah.
what they have been charging you
Well,
guys.
I mean, so for example, I could charge white label pricing. I could do that. I could tell everybody, okay, $550 for anybody that comes to me. I could do that. However, you're not going to get the free website. You're not going to get the free $3,000 worth of content, and you're not going to get when I do white label pricing, and you're not going to get the top 3 guarantee.
Yeah.
The people that pay that price. And then the thing is, it's like, okay, if you pay that, I would tell them, say, why not guarantee the top 3? I had a client that just left one of the 2 people in junk removal SEO, and he literally said, hey, I talked to such and such today. That was the fastest 30-second call I've ever had. And I said, so what did he say? He said, well, I'm going to offer you 3 months half off. And I said, you notice something there? I said, he'd rather offer you 3 months half off than top 3 guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
And he was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, I noticed it. So the thing is, it's like, my thing is with SEO is this. It's like, put your money where your mouth is. Because
Yeah.
the business owner is putting skin in the game. Like, for, let's say $1,100 or $1,500 is not a lot of money for a lot of people for SEOs, but for other people that actually go out and blue collar and to bust their asses for it, that's blood, sweat, and tears. Okay,
Yeah.
and so it means a lot. And so for me, I go, you know what? I'm not like every other SEO. I'm gonna prove it to you because I guarantee you top 3. This is what it means. And this is me putting skin in the game because we don't work for free. We don't do shit for free. Obviously, my wife tells me straight up. She goes like, listen, she says, you better deliver on that shit because you better keep them happy.
Yeah. You can't go in the store and expect nothing for free. So what I mean? Why would you expect?
So it's like there's another mentor I listen to. He says, what's funny? He says, people people expect guarantees from everybody else, but they won't guarantee their own selves. You
Yeah.
will not hold your own self accountable. And that's my biggest problem. It's like you want these junk removal businesses to pay you with no guarantee. None. No guarantee. I.e., the only thing you're good at is cashing checks.
Basically.
And
And
so for me, that's what I said. My new motto is if you're not willing to put a guarantee in, you're either an amateur or a fraud.
and there's some people out there who are saying, how could you guarantee? And
Easy. You'll never hear me say, I guarantee number 1. I guarantee you're in the top 3 because I know I have no control over who's in the top 3, but I do have control over getting into the top 3. I do have control over, if you will, getting you there, keeping you there, doing the content, doing any backlinks and stuff I need. If you cannot do that, get out of the SEO game and stop playing like you're an SEO.
Yeah.
Don't act like it's like the people that, I mean, just for instance, if you're in junk removal, have you ever seen in these groups, let's say in Matt's group, where people come in there and say, hey, I got this potential job, and they post pictures and they go, how much should I pay? No offense, but I know, and I'm not even junk removal business owner, but I go, that person's an amateur. They
Yeah.
don't know. They are still learning. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with
Mm-hmm.
it, right?
Would you
Right? They
like?
can learn from other people that have been in it longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I went to Mr. Yee Yee, I went to Andrew, Paul, Xavier, any of these guys have been in a long time, right? And I said, hey, I'm going to send you some pictures, Matt. Can you tell me how much it probably cost, an estimate on, this? Y'all all could do it. It's the same thing with me. So, for example, I do thousands of audits every year. I see consistent factors. Like me and Andrew talk about Duda, for example. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, all I know, Andrew, is this, for example. If I got 30 websites, 25 are in the top three, five are not. Only one of those five are service area based business. The rest are all showing their address. You know what one common factor they all have is? They all get the same SEO, same backlink, same everything. Only one difference. One's on a different platform called Duda. The rest are on WordPress.
Absolutely. And
So
it's
all I can do is go by the data I have. So my thing is I go by the data of what I see to tell you. It's like I see so much data by doing the audits. Why do I do the free audits? Is I get a lot of data and content. And I go, well, this is interesting. If I do this, this happens. Or if the address is not shown, this happens. Exactly. I don't just talk about rankings. I check them, track them, and I deliver results. I literally have a tab on my sheet just for junk removal, and I check them every single week. And if they're
mm-hmm.
not moving, I tell my team, and then I drop more crap on them. I don't go, hey, by the way, Mr. Yee, I need you to pay me an extra couple $100 for these backlinks and stuff. I go, no, Mr. Yee, I put it in. Not only did I give you something free, I filled out the intake form for you, so you didn't have to do it, and we already have my team on it.
Absolutely.
I have
And
people all the time where I onboard them, and I've done filled out the intake forms and everything. Why? Because I'm trying to make your job easy. You
and
know.
that's what makes you a lot different from a lot of people, a lot of other businesses where it's just jumping through hula hoops trying to get hold of somebody or getting what you want. And
Yeah.
that's just what your work performance is showing everybody. And as the junk removal game is definitely changing, and a lot more people are into SEO now because they're learning that it does help to have that website that's
Yeah.
got plenty of SEO, that GMB that has plenty of SEO. But you have to be ready to reach out to an expert like William. And of course,
Man, I honestly tell people, I say, because I have people say, well, you're an SEO guru. I said, no, I hate the term SEO guru, so don't call me that. I said, I'm just a guy trying to help other people. That's all I am. Now, I will tell you ways I look at things. I will show you. I want to show you the way. And regular SEOs, you ever hear the Bible verses is, can the blind lead the blind? Will they not both fall into the ditch?
yeah, exactly.
That's what happens, because most of the time it's like, I call it, and I'm gonna be doing videos on this sort of thing. Is like, let's say your SEO reports. Most of the SEO reports is smoke and mirrors, i.e., like a magician. I'm showing you a little bit of something that is enough to make you think I know what I'm talking about. But reality is, I'm fooling you. I'm showing you smoke and mirrors. Like, let's say in a SEMrush report, they go for, and this is one of the things I posted that got the post deleted, but was, oh, you're ranking for 600 keywords, right? Well, let me show you the keyword you're ranking for. You know how much search volume they have? It's like junk removal near Brunswick, Georgia, junk services. They have literally zero search volume. So what? And this is why SEOs will do it. They'll go, Mr. Yee, I got you ranked for 600 something keywords and it's amazing. Yeah, well, they don't go after the terms I go after, which is because I have people ask me this, why do you just go after junk removal or junk removal near me? Well, think about it this way. If you're in Los Angeles, for instance, are you going to type in junk removal near me, Los Angeles, California? No.
No.
I'm pretty sure you're not stupid. You know you're in Los Angeles, California, right? You're going to type in junk removal or junk removal near me. Well, the difference is those terms, junk removal near me and junk removal, get millions of searches a month versus the other one, which might get 20 or 30.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're much more difficult. And I'll be showing this on SEMrush. It tells you how difficult each keyword is. The ones that are long tail that they usually show you SEOs, it literally is green and says easy to rank for. The ones I go after are usually about 50 to 60, and it says extremely hard to rank for. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that are extremely hard, this is what we call the money keywords. This is the money words. I'm going to go to the bank. You know what I mean? It's not the shit that looks cool and is smoke and mirrors, or what I call is vanity reports. It makes you look good, but you're really not good.
Yeah.
You know, uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's a way to change lives. My wife, she's telling this, for SEO for me, it's not the SEO. Like I even tell people, it's that honestly, I hate SEO. What I like about SEO, I'll tell you though, SEO gave me the ability to affect business owners and affect other people's lives and make an impact. See, our job, why we do like Rank Fortress, I'm mentoring people and coaching people, the team, okay, to be better men and women, husbands, fathers, daughters, and then make an impact on the community that you are in.
Absolutely.
It's totally different than just, I'm not a boss. I even tell them I'm more like a quarterback or the coach. My office manager is the, if you will, quarterback. Everybody else has their own place on offense, defense, that sort of thing. But I'm just the guy there trying to help and facilitate it. If I see something, I'm going to tell you what to do to fix it. If I see your SEO does a great job, great. So great question, Miss Sparks. When you say guarantee ranking in the top 3, is that for every location page you have? No, it is not. And here's why. Okay. Most SEOs will tell you that, hey, we need to have, let's say your GMB is in Los Angeles and there's like 5 cities surrounding it, right? And they're going to say, well, I need to put your location pages on there. Okay, great. I can do that same thing, and your location pages will rank in about a week on the organic, not the GMB, the organic, right? That only takes about a week for me,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's organic. In maps, it don't work that way. In maps, if you're in Los Angeles, you're never, ever, ever, ever going to rank for a city that's 50 miles away. Not going to happen because the number one ranking factor is proximity. How close is this address to this address? I will usually start 1 mile, then go to 2 miles, then go to 3 miles, then go to 4 miles, then go to 5 miles, and keep expanding out as far as I can, which means I will wind up covering multiple cities for junk removal near me. Now, and here's another one a lot of people think. A lot of people think that Google ranks keywords. Google does not rank keywords. Google ranks pages. So every keyword you want to rank for, whether that is hot tub removal, furniture removal, appliance removal, hoarder cleanouts, garage cleanouts, every one of them need their own page, right? We don't just go, oh, I only want one page. So for example, when we do it, and Mr. Yee, we did it we're working on yours, but he is his
Mm-hmm.
different platform. But I'll give you an example. And this site has like 600 pages if you want to show it.
Yeah.
It's a rebuild we did off of Duda. But so most people will just go about us, junk removal services, locations, etc. The way we set it up is like this. This is proper silos, all the content, all this that we're covering, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you ever want to see how many pages something has, just type in / sitemap.xml. If they're actually doing proper SEO, you will see these sitemaps. If I click on this post sitemap, this is blog post 552. I'm not
Woo.
lying when I say this shit.
Woo.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you'll never compete with me when I come into your city. You're basically screwed. That's only, and I say only 600 pages. 600 pages is not even a million words of content yet. Okay. But imagine, so we set up location pages. So let's say this one, let's just, you pick out any one of these. You can go onto a Ontario junk removal. You can take in any one of those, and generally they're going to rank in page one. They're not going to rank in the maps. I don't care what anyone ever tells you. This is not going to happen. If you wind up going after different keywords, it just depends. Like these type of searches, they're good to get traffic to, but it's not like this right here. They're not really there to quote unquote get traffic.
Convert.
They're not
Convert.
they're not even there to convert. They're just there to feed the Google algorithm. And people will sit there and talk about it all the time. I'll give you an example. So let's take this term right quick, and we're going to show you, is it ranking on page one, Mrs. Sharp here, right? Are they ranking in page one? Well, what do you know, baby cakes? They're in the top 4 above 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Let me show you another trick, okay? Because everybody will show you this. SEOs will go, look, I got you ranked on page 1 for this term. Isn't it amazing, Mr. Yee Yee? And you, because you don't know no better, say, oh, that's amazing. Let me show you a little trick. You go all in title. This is a trick, okay? Just to find out who's actually optimizing for that term. All in title, semicolon, quote, the keyword quote, and you'll see how many people are optimized for it. Not one motherfucker.
What about free estimate?
So let's go junk removal experts, free or junk removal free estimate. In Ontario, nobody. So you know what that means? It means it's extremely easy to rank for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the way we do it, whenever we do, for example, we do we go into any space. Like I said, we start out with 1 mile radius, and 1 mile does not mean 1 mile from, let's say, point A to point B. Radius is much bigger. All right, radius means a radius or 1 mile from the center.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not 1 mile from one point to another. Like a 5 mile radius is usually about a 50-minute drive. So for instance, like Junk MD, he's with us. What are we going to do with him? This is a 2 mile radius.
Mm-hmm.
Just so
And
y'all can.
I think he's a several truck business.
Yeah. So like he's in San Diego. So the thing is, and he's up here. So the thing is, what he'll want to do is he wants to start expanding or whatever. The next thing we try to do, and it's really hard in these areas because, it's really competitive. So you're going to expand out 1 mile, 2 miles, and take it to 3 miles. And as you see right here, you start getting towards San Diego, then it's going to get harder, It's not as easy as everybody thinks. And then, I could take, any specific keyword you want, and this is what and I'll show you so she can kind of understand what we would try to do. But and how do we cover multiple cities? It's not by going, let's say, junk removal Los Angeles, junk removal San Diego. We go after junk removal, and then so let's say 24/7 junk. This is a guy that we just got, and I'll show you how we run this report so she can kind of see it. But and this will give them some value too. So we always want not a square but a circle, And so let's say this guy, he's actually in Schumberg. This is where he's at. But
Schumberg.
this is a 3 mile radius. So as you can see, we're already covering multiple cities and multiple areas. So then the next one after 3 miles, because he's already in the top three here, would go up 5 miles. Now he's covering Naperville, Aurora, and he covers more, right? This is near Chicago now, and that's a hard area. Then we'll go out 8 miles. Now he's covering the entire of Chicago. So you don't have to go after and do what most of the SEOs will tell you is say, hey, we need to have all these multiple pages to rank.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't. The
Mm-mm.
reason for these multiple pages is to show Google or feed Google the Google algorithm. Like, why do I do it? So, for example, we'll put on, if you will, our location pages, things to do, places to go, all that stuff. Like when we do them, I'll show you another one. When we build out a location page, this is what we do. I'll show you two aspects. So we'll build out this. This looks like most everybody else's website, right? A
Mm-hmm.
location page. It's basically the only thing we're changing is the city. But most people say they don't rank. Yours might not rank because you don't do it the right way. But baby, I do it the right way. And once you come down here, you're going to see all the service areas, all hyperlinked to Google, all the neighborhoods hyperlinked to Google, weather in the area. If you click on any of these, it will open up into a Google asset, which shows you that area, right? If you click on top sites, any of this stuff, it opens up, shows you this is a Google asset. This is this is actual real location pages. Okay, we're taking the information off of Google Maps and putting it into our actual location pages. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have to put them all up in here, but the client wants them in here. Personally, as long as it's on the website, it doesn't have to be in the menu. It still works and it ranks, and I can rank them, yard maintenance in Prescott or whatever. You can rank them in days, and
Mm-hmm.
it don't take no damn, week or whatever. It'll take months to rank those pages because they're not really hard terms to rank. And I'll show you another one like that. This term we just took. You've
Can we
had
get can
Look at
we
that,
can
page
we
one.
give a quick shout out to Peachy Clean Junk Removal?
Hey, Peachy Clean. Yeah,
What's
Peachy is actually wanting to. She's over in Savannah, I think, and she wants to meet up with me. And
mm-hmm.
she's like, so
Georgia?
yeah. Peachy, I sent you a message. So she had a meeting with me. I said I have an emergency come up,
Things
and then
happen. It's okay. It's
and I
okay.
told her, I said just rebook. But yes, I
Mm-hmm.
definitely want to be. I definitely want you on as a client in Savannah.
Mm-hmm. On the
So
team. We want you on the team.
and here's the other thing, because a lot of people will go, well, it's expensive to do SEO. Well, for us, you can either do 1 month full price or 3 months and you get a 15% discount, or you get Mr. Yee Yee's discount, which is 25%. Or if you pay for a year, you get 45%. And let's say you say, well, I ain't got $2,000 or $3,000 up front to pay. Well, guess what, baby? Those other guys don't do this. I have bank financing. So
Boom.
if you come to me and you tell me, hey, I'm going to need to bank finance it, I send you the invoice. I walk you through the financing. You fill it out, and then you're either going to get financed on the spot or not. I'm paid same day that you're financed. If you're not, then I have other methods and stuff I can do. I work
There's
with everybody.
there's a menu of options, so there's no roadblocks. All you got to do is make that call, and William would do it all.
It's just a matter of, I'm trying to see how can we help you. I even tell you, if the money is the only thing stopping you, I had a guy, for instance, for instance, this guy's out in, where is it? It's in Virginia Beach. And I told him, I
Beach.
said, he had they were just in an accident, but he's like, me and my wife, we really want to do it. You're welcome, Miss Peachy. But, I told him, I said, well, here's what I want to do for you. I'm going to put it on a payment plan. I'm going to only charge you $500 just to get started. I love cold cash. And then what we'll do is, So this is what happened. True story. If you don't believe me, message me and I'll give you his number. It's Juggernauts.
Juggernauts.
So Juggernauts, believe it or not, is he signed up, and what happened? He paid the $500 something for the website design. I ain't got no money, but I'm gonna believe God's gonna provide. And then, do you know this guy? Within 2 weeks or less, he comes back to me and pays a full balance. Because this is what happens. I said, you take that, if you will, step of faith or wherever you believe in. It's like, and my thing is, I wasn't even counting on that. I'm giving you $6,000 worth of services. I'm just doing it for $500. Why? Because over here, $500 is 27,000 pesos. So I get, I'm just trying to help people. Whereas you go to a regular dude, they're going to say, no, nigga, you're going to sign a 1-year contract, and you're gonna pay, some money up front. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? No
Well,
offense, but that's what they're going to tell you. That's the way
yeah.
they are, because
Well,
they don't give a shit about you. Quite honestly, most of them, all they care about is themselves and money. And then you've asked me before, and people, I used to play poker, and I think this is what's helped me. So I've learned in poker, if you just let people talk, you get information, and they hang them own selves. So like, what's his name? In the group chat, Mr. Knuckles comes in there and he goes, he reveals, he says, well, we keep all of our work
in the
away
U.S.
in the US from foreigners. And I said, so, oh, there's the real issue.
But no offense.
Yeah, but no offense. But the real issue is that you're outsourcing. And I'm like, well, truth be known, you're outsourcing. Hit subscribe. Thank you, Mrs. Peachy. But the fact is, if you let people talk, you'll find out what the real problem is, that the owner is not in the United States of America. My real problem with white label, my real problem is this. You have these guys out here claiming, oh, and you'll see it all the time in junk removal space. How to make $50,000 a month and all this stupidity, right? And how they earn 7 figures a year, but yet then they'll come around and say, well, Mr. Yee, let me tell you how to get your VAs for only $200. So if you're making $1 million, bro, I think you should be able to pay your VAs a lot more than $200, right?
Yeah.
I think, like, we have people, when they get successful with us, for example, they say, hey, can I send the team a bonus? Do you think Mr. Jones takes any of the money? Mr. Jones, like, when I do a course and I have my team come in and they teach G-Stacks, I literally let my team have all that. It's like, when you paid the $100, that $100 goes straight to the entire team, because I don't need the damn money. My thing is, I'm trying to help other people. And this other thing is, she's like, then these same people go, I'm such a good Christian business owner. Oh, really? Wonder what Jesus would do, because he wouldn't be talking the way you be talking. He wouldn't be talking. He wouldn't be talking about foreigners and all this other crap. He'd be trying to help people. He wouldn't be bragging, talking about I'm a millionaire, and you're not helping other people.
I think
Help
that
other
I think this certain circle is just trying to keep things a certain look, but in all reality, you guys are being robbed.
Yeah, that's what, and that's what I tell you too. I said what I told you before. I said, now watch what happens. And then when I went into that all the posts and all the comments and all that were gone. And he said, we don't want no drama and this and that. It's like, oh, watch where the money goes. Watch where the money goes. Because
Watch the envelopes. Watch the envelopes.
You understand? It's like, if you watch certain things, then you go, oh, so I told him, I said, so it is cool. It's cool to charge people $1,500 a month, but it's not, and not provide guaranteed top 3 rankings. But it is not cool to do a free SEO audit and show where someone's fucking up. That shows you someone's in someone's back pocket.
Well, there's a certain
William Jones has been doing SEO long before I ever even knew them. I knew her. I've been doing it for almost 30 years. Sometimes she just has to laugh and say, "I'm not your client, so please stop giving me that SEO pitch at dinner table."
Yeah.
Because I'm the same way. I mean, it's like, I've been doing SEO for almost 30 years. And the ones that I know in the SEO industry and junk removal ain't even been doing it in a decade. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then I know where they learn local SEO from, at least one of them. So,
Yeah, there's a
um,
new there's also a new pro in junk removal every week. And there's a new guy teaching a class every week in junk removal, and and there's a new guru, but you
Oh
still
no,
live
my
at.
thing, my thing is, and my thing is this. That's all I'm saying. If you're going, if they're teaching it for free, they're giving value. I agree with
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
Go ahead and teach people how to start a junk removal business. Go ahead and get free SEO audits and stuff. But when you say I'm gonna come, I took my business to, $50,000 a month, and I'm gonna teach you how to do the same. It's going to cost you $597. Just know there's a scammer and a scammy. Just
Mhm.
know, don't be caught up and be the scammy, because that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to scam your ass out of money because they came up with a course. And that's almost like, because what they did in the past. I'm like, I don't care about what you did in the past. I want to know what you're doing now.
Exactly.
What
And
you're
that's
doing
why
now.
and I think that's why, William, the amount of messages we are getting to learn about this, and how can you help us now, as we seen today, somebody jumping ship and firing somebody and
Yeah. Yeah.
coming on board, and it's just proof in the pudding that
And I tell people all the time and say, honestly, I say, if you want to know what the problem is, why they go run their mouth to somebody else, because they bleeding. They bleeding.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And they sell their trucks and poof, they're gone. Yeah, exactly.
Two more
So my
trucks for sale today. Two more trucks
Yeah,
for sale
and my
today.
thing is, for example, Miss Sparks, for example, how long have you been in business? Have you been in business? Have you been in the junk removal space for, let's say, 5 years? Most businesses close within 5 years. If you've been in business 10 years, 20 years, any of that? No. Okay, then shut up. Just,
Yeah.
just, just sit back and learn from other people. Don't be acting like because that's what happens in digital marketing a lot of times. They'll come in, they'll be like, they did something. It was a one-hit wonder, and next thing you know, they're coming out with a AI SEO course.
One hit wonder. It was a
So
one.
it's
It was a
like,
one hit wonder.
really? I mean, you can go. I mean, I have GMB Pros. I'm going to show you this.
and
This
now it's
is
and now it's bed bugs.
This is GME Pros. What's the name of it? But they if you go into GME Pros, which is what we have you know my old course on,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll send this to you so you can see it. But I have thousands of videos on SEO for freaking free. All right, for
Mm-hmm.
free. It's not like you even have to quote unquote pay for the crap. It's like it's literally there for free.
So these videos are absolutely free, not
You got
for
it.
not for $1.99, which that still costs you money. These are free, and
Let me show you this.
30 years in the game of SEO. Come on, guys. It
I'm gonna
shouldn't be hard to make the decision. It shouldn't be hard.
I'm gonna wipe Allison somebody. So this is GMB Pros, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is my original course where I implemented everything. And then I also have agency SOP system where I sell all my SOPs, where I have 200 something SOPs. All of them have an ebook, a slideshow, and a video. You can think of, let's say, give me a term, Facebook ads, right?
Mm-hmm. Which
Look
Facebook
at how many,
ads
look
is
at how many
getting very
SOPs I
popular
got here.
now.
Just on Facebook ads, this is how many SOPs I have. You click on the SOP, add the SOP, I go over the environment, I have the ebook, I have how to do it, I have the SOP, I have all that. Then this is GMB Pros. So that's the old one. This was the one I did for years. When I say I literally did thousands of videos, I'm not bullshitting. I mean, thousands. Thousands. right? So
Mm-hmm.
I have all of that. And then the new one, which is now on school, if you go to Rank Fortress, you just go, you ever want to see the office? Do click on this and watch the office tour.
Mm-hmm.
You want to join the academy? Go over here. We got Rank Fortress Academy, and that's free. It's free. I mean, freaking free. I mean, what more could you ask for? It is free. And then,
They're always ask for more.
so go in and I get memberships like this all the time. Just approve it. But the thing is, this is where you can learn. I mean, go in here and you learn for free. The academy is literally this, dude. You go in here, you go in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
I have an SEO mastery class for free
Do your
on
homework. Do your
junk
homework.
removal SEO, free. If you
Mm-hmm.
and I literally, when I say free, it's literally a video course like this. You click on it, watch the video. I have the presentation, the whole presentation, literally an entire show. If you ever want to go, I'll give you another one, man. I mean, I got so much stuff, and I haven't told people about. Like this one, this is the new junk removal SEO expert website. Go here, go to free resources. What I got? Junk removal leads ebook, grow your junk removal book, junk removal SEO keyword book. The
And
blueprint.
how many other SEO
Look at
companies are
this.
going to have all this? Come on,
This is a
guys.
free freaking ebook. You can go download. Like, I mean, I'll show you. I got so much crap, dude. Junk removal, junk removal.
Well, it's 30
And
years of
free. And
experience.
this is
30
and
years.
this is not okay. Like this is what the ebook looks like. This is the type of quality you're gonna get. I'm gonna open it and show you. But this is not just okay, an ebook and it's no big deal and whatever.
It's
And
free
it's probably
game.
it's
It's free
probably crap.
game.
But this, how to grow your business. I'm not charging you for it. How to find keywords and shit that actually works. Then how to find VAs and how to hire VAs. And here's what the ebook looks like. This is like a professional fucking book. This is not,
Yeah.
and I have books on Amazon. I have almost 30 books on Amazon. I
And this
mean,
book is absolutely free.
you're talking, you're talking about an actual ebook with actual value, with actual information and steps. And then some of these pictures in here are my staff or myself, and there's no promotions in here. At the very end, I give you my link. This is
Mm-hmm.
literally just how can I help you be successful? That's
One
all it
call,
is.
one call does it all.
Then the office tour,
Nah.
but then this is the actual office tour for people that have never seen it. This is where I go, put your money where your mouth is and show people your actual office if you got one. I'm not saying stuff I don't actually do. I mean, this is the inside office, one room. I got 5 rooms in this.
Freaking mansion. You get a freaking mansion over
All right,
there.
here's my studio, this lead generation content. This is the vision board where they tell me why I'm working so hard and they, hey, what am I trying to do? What the goals I'm trying to get them to meet? How many people do you know in any field, junk removal, SEO, anything going, hey, team, we're working together. I'm trying to help you meet
Hmm.
goals. I'm not trying to make the boss all rich and fat and shit.
Yeah, there's some of these guys, SEO guys, doing this in their
That's
closet and
yeah.
and in their bedroom and sharing their bed is right next to their desk.
This is my saying is gratitude creates change. Let's start with you. Coaching, mentorship, and team training. I have people. What I had a guy yesterday. How much to have you come in and coach my team? $5,000 a month,
Mhm.
and I require 3 months. These are all my team leaders. I got about 14 of them. This is the podcast room. This is the next room. Then you'll see my son. That's my son working out. I'm training him to do sales. This is my old bedroom, and then we got professional gym equipment and all that
So
jazz.
so he he's working out to knock
Yeah,
this to knock the cells out.
That's right. And then this is our. We have a commercial generator.
Yeah, in
I mean,
case yeah,
we're not
lights go out.
playing.
Yeah, lights go
Oh,
out. You got
sorry,
the
sorry,
boom.
store. Sorry, or convenience store.
You got a
That's
canteen on the building. You got a
our library.
canteen. You got a canteen on the building.
That's our library. These are some of the awards I've received. I mean, told you, it's like, this year we're receiving best SEO and VA agency in the entire Philippines.
Is this one whole block? Is this like one whole neighborhood block right here? Or what about?
Yeah.
Jesus, you had to fly me out. You had to fly me out to. We're gonna do a walkthrough in the building.
And that's lovely. This is some of our team.
Oh,
So, I mean, when I say we have a team, we got a team.
yeah. This is what you
You know,
guys get. This is what you guys get when you guys make that call. You'd be surprised how SEO can really boost your business and really tweak everything that you need to be tweaked.
yeah, exactly, Dennis. People with money, you'll never see them posting their $100 bills online. You'll never have them telling you, "Oh, I make this amount of money." You know why? There's a little person called Uncle Sam, and they don't flaunt it. You'll never see them flaunting it unless it is dumb. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I mean, that's a little bit. I mean, I have the whole SOP system. I have all that jazz. I mean, it's
And what it is it's the best prices for the bang for your buck. And you guys, you're going to be paying so much more when you reach out to these other guys who are all in a circle of each other and paying each other to support each other with the ranking and the marketing. That's all it is. So
well.
why
I mean,
why go
that's
through the
honestly,
middleman?
and I understand it's because, like, why do they charge more? Is because they have a higher overhead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a lower overhead. I totally get why people do it, but it's like I have a lower overhead, and so obviously I understand, So I mean, it's no big deal. I mean, I could show you something that might piss somebody off, but whatever. I don't give a shit.
Well, I think now, I think before those prices scared a
Chat.
lot of people, but now that junk removal is changing and people are seeing that it can be affordable, especially if you're making these numbers, you can make it happen.
You want to do a screen share?
There it
Notice
is.
anybody?
There it is.
Who's in GMB Pros? I don't. I mean, I'm not bullshit. When did he start? 2022. I mean, so
See,
I mean,
2022.
I know where people came in. I know when they actually started learning from, and I know who they learned from. So I don't have a problem with it. But don't be,
Don't
you're not
be.
you're not the demigod of SEO or whatever. I got people, and everybody. You should be constantly learning. Like if you're going to do SEO or you're going to do junk removal, you're constantly learning.
Constantly, I'm still learning. This is what I do. I constantly learn and watch and listen, and this is what I do.
I have a few people that teach local SEO, and we're constantly like in local SEO. Like, most of the guys I can tell you is like, Lewis, Matt, from Young Spider and stuff, and some other ones. Used to come into. I ran GME Pros 5-7 days a week, and they were always in it. So
See?
I know where a lot of people learn stuff from, and I know who they outsource to. And the thing is, it's like a lot of them in the local SEO industry. It's like they'll put out courses, and I want to know what they're teaching because maybe something to click. And I've had so many people come to me. It's like, man, dude, I just started doing your location pages, and
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't ranking, and all of a sudden, it just ticked, and they just started getting rankings coming in. And I
Absolutely.
interviewed. I interviewed like in Jimmy Pros. I'd have people come in and various people and teach courses and classes and stuff, and just to learn and teach other people.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like you're constantly learning because like Google algorithm is always updating. It's not like one time and nothing new. It's like, okay, y'all talk about yard signs, and I go put a QR code on it and send it to your GMB, and they're like, oh shit, I never thought of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Or
So,
absolutely. And the more clicks you get, the more it's going to help you guys out. And we're not shitting on other people doing SEO. We're just trying to save you guys money. And like, before a Mercedes used to be so much money, but now they have Mercedeses that are affordable now. And that's what we're trying to give to you guys with SEO and VAs and helping you guys out boost your business. That this affordable now. All you gotta do
Yeah,
is make that call.
Mrs. Peachy Clean, I'm sending you the invoice right now, so just give me a few minutes.
See,
Um,
she's gonna conquer. She's gonna be dominant in her area, and that's what it's all about. Because I know what she's doing it for, and she's thinking about the future, and that's what it's all about.
and I think I'll make sure you have a WordPress site from what I remember, Miss Peachy.
Mm-hmm.
The email is this, and it's in WordPress. She has a beautiful site. The only thing I told you before, Miss Peachy, and we'll do it, is you need content. Um, and she's, we talked about it before. It's like, unfortunately, Miss Peachy, they charge you too much. They don't have enough. This is a typical website. Like, I don't. Hopefully, she don't mind me showing it, but I don't think she will. Um, so generally speaking, when we get a website, it looks like this. This is the standard. It's got homepage, services, residential, commercial, service area, contact us, right? It's not got that many pages. So if I went to click on and see, does it even have a sitemap? This is basic SEO, right? Does it have a sitemap? Yeah, it has one sitemap, and it's only got how many pages you got? You got 5. So you're never going to compete in Savannah when you have, let's you go look at the top person and go, for example, in Savannah, we go, I'll change this to Savannah, Georgia.
No, no, Dougsville,
Doug,
Douglasville.
Douglasville, Georgia. So we go, just for example, junk removal near me.
Douglasville.
So what I did was change my IP address so it shows like I'm in Douglasville. Let's go like this guy right here, absolute junk removal.
Absolute.
And let's go sitemap just to see .xml. So let's see how many pages he has, just out of curiosity. So he has 57 on this one, which is the blog posts. And on his pages, he has another 52. So he's got over 100 so far. So
Yee.
can you compete with him at 5? No, but he won't be able to compete with me when I drop 500.
See, and
I
that's
mean,
what you get when you work with, what I mean, the monster. You know what I
so,
mean?
and we're putting out as much content as possible because we're going to dominate. It's like, and I'll show this. I mean, if you want me to show it, and she'll see it. She knows this. I've already shown you, I believe, Mrs. Peachy. So I'm being legit. Okay, so we go 1 million words of content. This is what we do. Who else going to show you this shit? We normally charge that much. $2,997. What am I going to give it for you? I mean, I'm going to give it to you for free.
In Spanish, gratis. You see?
And then premium SEO. How much do we normally charge? So if you do 3 months, which is what she's doing, she's getting 15% off. And then it's going to cost, if you do 6 months, 25%, 45% this, right? And then,
You hear what she said? Yes, show everything.
so there's that. Let me break up the calculator real quick so I can do this because you're on Mr. Yee Yee show. Good thing.
I was gonna say, since we're showing her situations, can we give her the 25?
Yeah, I'm giving her the extra 10%. Uh, so it's another 330. 330 altogether. So what she should be paying, let me do this for you real quick because I'm gonna get it all together. Oh, 2805 times 10% extra. 280.50. All right, so go back here. I'm gonna give you this. So this is the only thing you're gonna pay. 2524. That's with the 25%.
See,
So
there you go. There you go. See?
you'll get that already. Another thing, so for example, and we started doing this today too, is
Mm-hmm.
all of our clients all have direct access to me.
Direct.
So our VA partners are down here and they have direct access to me. Guess who this guy used to work for? JRA. I got all of them in here. I got about 10 of them. So some are agencies, some are in junk removal. Some of them will start out doing, if you will, SEO with us, and then they'll switch over and do junk removal VAs because they want to grow.
Yeah.
They want to grow. It's like when you get 5 VAs, for example, you get 5 VAs with us. It's only costing you in 6 months. It costs you $5,000, which is less than $1 an hour.
I think some people are charging. I think some people are charging double that in the States.
At minimum, most people are charging about $800 to $1,000 per VA.
Mm-hmm.
I charge $880 per VA. But when you buy, you get in 6 months and you're paying $5,000 up front. I'm giving it to you for basically nothing, peanuts.
Mm-hmm.
And we finance a lot of stuff. We financed so far this week 3 deals. So
And they're going to keep on coming in because people are going to realize that you know you got to go where the quality is. You got to go where it's affordable. You got to go where you're going to save money, and you have a person who knows what they're doing and is always available to you.
and my thing is, I tell people, say, I'm not your only option, but I would tell you if you choose another option, make them guarantee top
Mm.
rankings in 3 months, or you get a refund. Or we'll go, for instance, we go, all right, you have 2 options. I either do a full refund or I pause your billing and we continue working for free until you are in the top 3. How's
And
that sound? It's amazing, buddy.
and you just proved that, Paulie, you just proved
All
that.
day. I mean, you ask him.
Shout out to Forget About It Junk Removal, yo, Paulie. You know what I mean? And you just proved that he was a happy camper.
I'll give you another one. Like this guy's writing me right now. It's
Forget
literally,
about it. Forget about it.
he's literally writing me right now. I'll show you this. Is William gonna personally answer him? Yes, William personally answering this guy. William, when can I get on call you to be onboarded or to go over the SEO? I literally have 3 accounts. I have so this is the one I'm on right now, and then I have the other one depending on where I log in, but I answer everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have people that go, for instance, they'd be like, well, I can use what's his name so I can get him at any time and he's really clear to talk to. And I
Mm-hmm.
will tell you, so what that just told me is you don't like the accent sometimes when you talk to a Filipino and you're getting Filipino customer service.
The dialogue,
Which I understand, but I tell them, so you also know my actual USA numbers on the website.
Mm-hmm.
You also know my Facebook. You also know I have a calendar link and you can book a call anytime with me. So you can
Mm-hmm.
always get a hold of me. So, I mean, most of the time people are not accessible because they're too big for the britches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once you reach a certain level, then I'm not going to be available. No, I'm always available. I learned that from my mentor.
And that's the thing is that you put your trust in people, and they're giving you the lowest quality, and they're not putting in the work that they should be doing. If you're paying somebody to do something, they should be putting in the quality work, and most important, the time.
Yeah,
The
Miss Peachy, yeah, we can do that. She wants 6 months, not 3 months.
6 months in the
And
house.
we need to repackage my deal. I need a VA. I was looking at another option for 500. So what
See,
I'll do, Miss Peachy, and I'll show you once again on live, so everybody's they see what we're doing here.
she went with the 6-month package. You see that? You save money.
So 6 months. What we'll wind up doing.
And what other SEO company is going to show you guys this? is going to
that.
show you guys the breakdown of this type of stuff. You're
And then
getting it,
because
man.
you wanted the VA, so share this tab instead. We need to repackage it out. You wanted another option for you wanted a VA for 500 per month. So
The
it's normal.
VA.
It's normally 880, but because it's you, Miss Peachy, I'm gonna give it to you at that. Okay. So it's
See?
an executive VA. This is how much my executives usually go for. Okay. I'm gonna get it
Mm-hmm.
to you at the 550 or the 500. So that's how much you're going to save. So let's go calculator because I want to put it in there so it's legit. So you see it was 1280. So no one goes, well, you know, he's not really doing that. Bullshit, he's not really doing it.
Bull crap.
So a discount of $780. How's that sound, Miss Peachy? So you're literally getting that for free. This is how much money that she's gonna save. So you're gonna save. Oh, yep, it went back and did that. So I gotta see if it did it.
See.
Save. If it didn't, I gotta redo it. Yep, I gotta redo it. It's all right.
As Chun Li said, yep, yep.
So 6 months, 780, and you want the VA, the executive.
The
Yeah, because most
executive.
people just like they think that William just says something and it doesn't happen. So I got to delete it and redo it. That's why I'm Miss Peachy. It's all good. So that invoice, just delete it, and I'm gonna redo it. So we'll go from there. Let's see, delete this system we use is the back end, and I'll even show you once I'm done here, Miss Peachy. I'm gonna show you how to get onboarded too. So the 1 million words of content. 2997. So you're getting that for free. You're getting 6 months of the premium V8. So the premium SEO is where I guarantee top three because it comes with everything.
And
Saying I'm not BS. In 12 months is 45% off. And
mhm.
then the executive VA.
And even though that guy has 50 something pages, you're going to be top 3. So,
So she saved, a lot. I'll put it that way. She
yeah, she
saved a
did.
lot. You saved three. You saved what? 37, almost $3,800. So,
Because you made that leap and you made it happen because, you believe in the system. You see the system working.
and then I'm going to show you how to get onboarded, which I generally show people, and they don't. It's so whenever we come to your account, I'm going to show people this, but you sign in. You sign in at services.williamjones. This is the actual dashboard. If you ever need to speak to me, you click speak to William. If you ever want to, and once you've actually paid, which we'll go through it. You'll click onboarding call, and then we'll get you onboarded generally within 24 hours. You ever need customer support, you just click customer support. If you ever want to purchase services, which I tell you don't go in here and do, you could click on it and you'll see everything. This is what most agencies that come in here and do. They cannot get my discounted pricing without onboarding at least 10 clients at one time. You ever need to submit a ticket, you just click submit a ticket and hit a new ticket. You pay the invoice, you go to invoices, you click the invoice, you pay it. Once you pay it, it'll be under your orders, and you'll see a red button here that will say start order. And then you just click it, and you're going to fill out the intake information. So what's the intake information? Because people usually ask that. The intake information, for example, is going to be this right here. So the intake is going to wind up being what's the business name, address, phone number, city, state, GMB link. Please grant GMB access to this email. Did you grant Google Analytics, Google Search Console? Did you set up your YouTube access? Here's my SOP to do that. I give you step-by-step instructions. set up your podcast channels, step-by-step instructions, what keywords you're going after, primary city, what other keywords, email you to use in the press release, WordPress login, username, password, cPanel. If you don't have it, you just put NA. This client agreement is literally for say, hey, listen, you're hiring an agency. You're not hiring an employee. Let me do my work. And I promise you, you're probably going to wind up not liking me that much, mainly because I'm going to communicate with you a lot. And for instance, when I run reports, even if it's, 3 days later, and I run the report and your rankings are up, as soon as your rankings are moving, I message people and say, hey, your rankings are moving. So, Mr. Yee, I know you don't BS. Williams, the real deal. Appreciate that, Mrs. Peach. But yeah,
Hmm.
that's
And
generally, I'm a straight shooter. If you ask me something, I'm going to tell you. Most people just, a lot of times people think you're just being harsh. And I'm just being direct. I'm just telling people the truth. Problem with people nowadays is they don't like the truth. Even the Bible talks about this. People, there's gonna come a day where people rather prefer the lies than the truth. And I'm the guy that's like, it's not that I'm a BSer. It's like Mr. Yee tells the truth.
yeah,
Tell the truth, bro.
you give it to them for free, they don't want it. You put a price tag on it, they want it.
Yeah.
It's just it's just this is what's happening. Junk removal is changing, and there's a bunch of new faces in it, and you know junk removal is just becoming so diverse where I love being Mr. Yee Yee. I love being this character, and I do it for all of you out there because there's so many people who can relate to me and say, Mr. Yee, you helped me make that choice. You helped me make that leap of faith. I stopped being in the shadow of a boss, and now I'm the boss of what I do. And like I tell people, grow at your own level. Play in your own lane and take your time and do this. But it doesn't hurt to reach out to experts and just get an opinion and just see if you need a little bit of help. But you better be ready for that help. That's all I'm
The
saying.
thing is, it's like when you're an entrepreneur or business owner, and I even tell my staff this. I said, if you are a freelancer, right? Nothing against freelancer. Because I tell people, some people will always be employees, and they're never going to be an entrepreneur. And there are going to be some people that will be entrepreneurs, but they'll never be a business owner. And then there are going to be some people. Yeah, I haven't even slept yet, by the way.
You don't sleep.
And then some people will be business owners, but they'll never be investors.
Yeah.
And I tell everybody, I said, just know your limits because not everybody's meant to be everything, right? But as a business owner, you have the ability to impact and help other people.
Yeah.
So, like for us, and a lot of people look at the money we make and stuff, and I'd be like, listen, my team, you know, we make enough to be comfortable. And then the team, I have 70 staff, you pay health insurance and all this other stuff. And then when we go to the resort, we do barbecues, we take our team, we do team events, and I'll look and say, hey, like today, if I want to buy the team a bunch of snacks, I'll buy them snacks or pizza. And if they hear me say that, they'll probably be coming here and commenting again.
Yeah, they're gonna say we want some lechon. We want a
Well,
couple. We want a couple of lechones out there barbecuing and turning. Let's go. I want the crispy skin. I want the lechon leche, the little small one.
they're confused. It turns out they don't have access to any of the accounts since the social media management ended. Metatech is only doing our. I'm just look. This is a client sent me something.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Jeremy, blah blah blah. Do you want blah blah blah? Have access? Yeah, I already answered that one. Hi William. The request is in again. The WordPress access, please. Blah, blah, blah.
And these things are going to happen. You're going to have to ask questions, and you see how William responds that fast to your questions when you have a situation you need to answer. It's
Yeah, I
going
mean
to get.
they message me on Facebook, and like I have 3 accounts.
Oh
Two of
yeah.
them are my reps. They're not me. They're my reps.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, they when you message them, they respond and then they hook you up with someone. Like they're literally messaging me right now saying, I let my here's another one. I just let my SEO guy go today. I'm committed to you now. Not feeling good about such and such. Yeah, but
See what Peachy just said.
playing it here. What you have to say. Main thing is who do you focus on? He's already blah 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 with you, so that does worry me.
See,
I have faith.
so many other people are jumping ship now because they don't want to go down with a sinking ship. So you don't want to go down with a sinking ship. If you see it sinking, jump off that thing. You know what I mean? And come on to the right ship where this is a
Yeah,
party. This is a cruise line right here that we're on.
people will sit there and it's like a lot of times it's like they're with certain people only because they've been it's the only thing they've had is
Yeah,
what for the longest time, and it's like what I'm trying to do as well is go, let me show you how to do SEO. You don't have to use me to do the SEO. It's not like you have to. Thank you for that, Miss Peachy. It already came through. Go ahead and get onboarded like I just showed you, and once you get onboarded, we'll get you hooked up, and I'm going to send you the calendar link now. But and then I actually have another sheet. So, for example, when we sign up a junk removal client, I have a sheet and I watch everything. Like when is when's the content going to be done? What's the ETA of it being done? That sort of thing. So I see all of it. So I
yeah.
know exactly like when, and people ask me, it's like, do you actually see all of it? Well, let me show you.
He
Yes, I
doesn't
do.
see. He doesn't sleep. He doesn't freaking sleep. You
This
know
is
what I
my
mean?
communication sheet with my team. So this is all junk removal stuff. So I know I have ETA dates. I know when the sites are going to be live. I know when the content's going live. I know when everything's happening. I have all the notes, everything. So I pay attention. When something is kissing the top three, but it's not in it, I ask them, okay, do a complete audit. I want to see the citations. I want to see everything. No, just fix everything else. I'll handle the citation. So you see me communicate with my clients, my team, and everything. So I know verbatim when something's going to happen. I'm
Hmm.
not fucking around with it. I want to get rankings for everybody. So
Yeah. And we want to help everybody out, and you know what I mean, make and help this be smooth as possible and save you money, and put that tweak on your situation where just like you're gonna start seeing the growth and like whoa. But make sure you pay attention.
we're sending you, Miss Peachy, over the onboarding link now. So just go ahead and book a call, get onboarded, and we'll get you hooked up. So, but yeah,
Mhm.
I do need to go. I do need to sleep.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna try to, but I probably
Uh-huh.
won't.
Absolutely. With that said, everybody, make sure you guys like and subscribe, support the movement. Me and William will be going live once a week. And, I'll be popping on his channel too with his podcast. And I'll be making, appearances. And, it's just, we're here to help. If you have a question, you can always reach out to Mr. Yee Yee, and I can get to William also. So, just reach out and let us help you guys out. Make sure you guys head over to Rank Fortress on Facebook, on all the social media platforms, on the YouTube, how many videos he has for free for you guys to see before you guys want to make that, leap. You can look at all the things and see if your other SEO guys have
Yeah, I
that
mean,
many
the
videos.
YouTube channel is basically think about it on the YouTube channel. If you went to it, I have thousands of videos there, and it's kind of like you're dating. Think of it
Yeah.
that way. It's like we're dating, trying to see, are we a good match or not? Because maybe we're not. And if you want to see what type of audits we do and stuff, if you just go to William Jones SEO, this is what it looks like, right? And I do everything. You go to the videos, we have the post pass streams. These are audits where I've done junk removal audits or every type of audit under the sun. Um, and you can look at all of it. So, like the playlist, if you go to a playlist, you'll see, for example, where I talk about testimonials or the junk removal course or virtual assistant lessons or Jimmy Pros. It's got 229 videos there. As you see, I got 1.6 thousand videos.
That's it.
So, and I got just tons of stuff in here. So I mean, just go in there
Yeah.
and dig around and look. These are the old lives I used to do. I mean,
Hmm.
so and I got tons of them in here. If you ever
Yeah.
went in here, it's like one after another after another. When I first started, you can see all of it. So
Absolutely. Gotta
So
start
I'm gonna do
somewhere.
for you guys, and we're gonna be doing it with Mr. Yee on his channel, and I'm gonna be doing a lot of it on my channel, and then just popping in all the groups and stuff. So just let me know. But
And
thank you for spending time with me, and but I will be getting off here.
okay, guys, with that said, everybody have a good night. Make sure you guys like and support and subscribe, support this situation so we can bring you guys more content. Catch us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Support the movement. With that said, yee yee.